Listen to the podcast, Amy. God.
You're listening to the Draft in Hand podcast with your hosts, Greg, Ian, and Mark.
So if somebody hits 3 home runs in a baseball game, do you throw your hat on the field?
You should.
Yes.
Only in Canada.
Only in Canada.
Only in Canada.
And someone would have to explain to Vladdy what the hell's going on.
Remember when the Jays fans were doing it when Edwin did it? And
Yeah.
he had no idea. He was like, I gotta give people their hats back.
Individually.
He was like, what are you guys doing?
They're presents.
I don't
You're supposed to wear them all at the same time.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit 3 home runs in a game this week.
Not just home runs, absolute piss missile bombs.
Sorry, let me correct myself.
Was that Tuesday?
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit 3 piss missile bombs off
2 off Scherzer.
2 off Scherzer and 1 off
Some other guy.
relief guy against the Washington Nationals.
He almost hit a home run, a hat trick, or hit the cycle of home runs too. He had a grand slam, a 2-run shot, and a solo.
Yep.
He was a 3-1 shot.
What did he do in his other at bat?
He
Suck?
walked.
Fuck.
No, he hit a liner right to the shortstop and double play.
Yeah, but
it was like 110 off the bat right at the shortstop.
Another
I think
piss missile.
Mark was like, oh, I hope just Vladdy gets up again. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to see one more up at bat.
4
I think,
home runs.
I
Last
think,
guy who did that was Delgado for
Yeah.
the Jays.
I think I watched
well,
that game on TV.
the best part, his
back in the
dad's
day.
hitting 420-something home runs in his career and never had a 3-run home run game.
His dad?
Yeah, he never had 3 in a game.
Oh,
But he's hit over 400 in his career.
look at me, Dad.
Oh, man, that was such a good
Proud of me.
game. Oh,
Huck your hat on the field for that one.
man.
Yeah, 7 ribbies.
Yeah.
That's
and then
enough.
this week, they're trying to sweep the Braves right now this weekend.
Either one of you guys got Vladdy on your fantasy team?
No.
No.
I got him on 1.
I was just scared
I got him on
to
one of them.
draft him, but... Because, like, I don't like drafting guys on my team. Because, like, if they have a bad year and you're, like, watching them at the same time...
Yeah, but the Jays offense is so
I know, but
good.
it's just, like, a thing I do. It's just, like, one of my golden rules to
You
myself.
don't like taking guys off
Yeah.
the team.
Like, I avoid Flyers and Leafs players all year.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Just
feel like
because
you had Giroux on one of your teams once.
that was a few years
Yeah,
ago.
that was like 10 years
And
ago.
I knew he was going to break out that season.
Ian, how about you? Do you pick guys? Do you intentionally avoid guys that are on your team?
You don't want anybody on Detroit this year as it is, besides
Yeah,
Brandon.
I only had Larkin, really.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 of them on my team today, though.
And you know what? I'm sort of neutral. Like, I don't mind one way or the other. I'm just know I'm going to see them more often, but like I'm not going to overvalue them
Like, I took Mitch Marner, but, like, how do you not take Mitch Marner?
if he's there for you,
Yeah,
right?
same with, like, Austin Matthews. If you have Austin Matthews, you're
Yeah, they're kind of
laughing.
different.
If you're picking
though.
top
They're kinda
5.
different.
Yeah.
Though. They're different. I'm talking about like
Those are generational.
picking like a James Van Riemsdyk or like
Yeah, like a
William
mid
Nylander. If William
mid-line.
Nylander has a bad year and you're watching the Leafs for 82 games, you're gonna be fucking rattled.
Yeah.
because there's no way you can get rid of that guy on your fantasy team.
But with Vladdy, I'm pretty sure Vladdy's third base eligible too
Yeah.
in baseball, and third base is not a strong position currently.
No.
So just having a guy that has the ability to break out, and he's multiple
Vladdy hype is wicked,
positional.
though.
So I thought he was a little, I don't want to say undervalued, but he was good value for where people were taking him at least.
You forgot to say the things.
But we're going to do that right now, Ian. Everybody, thanks for clicking on this podcast episode on your thing device.
We've done this like 3 times in a row, I think.
Yeah, because it's fun.
We just go off for
Is
like
this the-
3
okay.
minutes.
This is the unplanned, planned preamble. Hi, everybody. I'm Greg. Welcome to the Drafted Head Podcast. Over there is Ian.
Yo.
And over there's Mark.
Yo.
And today is another debacle. Thanks for tuning into our debacle.
What day is today?
Sunday,
May
May
2nd.
2nd.
I gotta make a new folder.
Oh, for the audio files?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's not April anymore.
Yeah.
Fire the other one into the abyss.
Recycling bin.
No, it's just in the interwebs.
Oh, it's the dark web.
Yeah. What are
What do you want to do about Jays? Let's keep doing. We have the Jays game on here, so let's talk about Jays for a minute. So Vladdy's been good.
Bichette still can't field the
Bichette
ball.
still can't throw a ball to first base.
Ian's not a baseball guy. Ian, tell me what you see with Bichette. Hang on, hold on. Ian, ready? Hang on. Tell me what you see with Bichette. Oh, wait. There. Okay, now you can go.
You are so bad at opening beer cans.
You can open it for me next time.
I will.
Fuck.
Just I don't know, like
Ian's getting good at
Bichette.
analyzing things.
Okay, so Bichette when he's
Phrasing.
Bichette when he's like fielding, so the ball has to be like at him, or else he's not making the throw very well to first base.
Yeah.
Like if he has to like field the ball, like run to it.
He looks like he struggled getting the throw over to Vladdy.
He's always a one hop. He never gets like a nice.
It's not
solid,
a good one hop either.
Yeah.
It's like a half. It's not like an easy one hop where the first baseman it's an easy scoop to read. It's like a short hop one hop.
And I don't know if that's Vladdy as well at first base.
Learning?
Because he stretches out too early.
Yeah.
As opposed to we talked about like Freeman when he does it.
Watching Freeman this series has been
it's just.
Friedman's the first baseman for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Rays, for those who don't know.
He's won a Gold Glove. He won the MVP
elite.
last year. The dude is
Elite.
amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
This is Bichette.
And then you see Biggio make the same throw from third base 20 feet further, and it's a piss missile right into Vladdy's glove.
Yeah.
Which is what you'd expect from a Major League Baseball infielder.
Yeah, it's like
Major League Baseball
I don't know
player.
if Bichette doesn't
a
have
pro
the
in general.
arm strength.
Fair.
I don't know if Bichette doesn't have the arm strength or the technique to make a good throw or something. I don't know.
Maybe
And then you see him at bat and just fucking crushes balls, so he has the arm strength. It's
he's an offensive
what the hell?
tilted shortstop, that's for sure. And those have
very
existed.
much like Jeter was.
Jeter's a good comparable. There was some articles comparing
Because Jeter
those two.
was not a great shortstop defensively.
Not a great exactly. Not a great defensive shortstop. Mark, what have you seen from Bichette to go along
exact
with
same
Ian's?
thing with Ian. The dude's bat is unbelievable, but he just needs to get better at making plays. That's probably going to come with age, but
I'm hoping he's picking Semyon's brain.
Yeah.
Semyon won a Gold Glove too, didn't he?
Yeah, at shortstop.
Yeah,
with
so-
Oakland.
Yeah.
Panic's won a Gold Glove too at second base with San Francisco.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
You got guys to pick
Espinal
brains.
looks really good at third base the couple games he's played. Yeah, I just trimmed my beard.
I just noticed
It's
that.
like Velcro right now.
It's like looking at a
Everything is just
Mark.
sticking to it.
For me, Bichette, he just doesn't. It's his footwork or something.
Yeah,
just doesn't-
They're not calm.
Yeah, and they're not. I wouldn't
hurried,
say
yeah,
calm. I'd say
panicking.
efficient.
Yeah, it's like when you see a goalie, when you see the goalie's feet moving before the puck shot. As a player, you're like, I got this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, like you look at some of the elite goalies and say what you want about Carey Price, but Carey Price is one of the most quiet
They're
goaltenders.
quiet feet.
Yeah, they're not all shuffly and sideways, and he's never really square to the ball, and he never really takes a good path from between
Yeah, that's the main
where
thing
he
you see
starts
is the path.
getting to the ball and leading himself to first
Yeah,
base.
and making a transition, doing like your follow through to first base.
So it should be like a C shape almost, or maybe some people describe it as a
you
J.
don't run at the ball to field to first base. You run at it in like a
tangent towards
first base because you want to be moving in the direction where you're throwing.
Yeah, your momentum should be going towards first base as much as possible.
It's like when you're fielding a fly ball, you don't stand right behind it. And if I'm going to field a fly, if I'm looking to throw to third base and I'm center field, I'm not going to be standing
still
looking towards the left side to field it. I'm going to be turned myself so I'm facing third where I want to throw.
Yeah.
And you're going to get behind the ball and
take a couple steps as you
catch
your
momentum through.
Exactly. I think Mark, you said it best the other day when we were watching him play, and it's he doesn't make the easy plays look easy. Is sort of how you described it. He makes everything look challenging.
Yeah.
Everything looks difficult.
Yeah, I watch you play shortstop. We're not nearly as good as Bo,
No.
but when I watch you play softball, you even have less time. But you made the game look easy as shortstop.
Thanks, man.
No, I'm being
Try my
serious. Bichette, even though he's a pro, he's better than us. He doesn't make the shortstop position look easy for himself.
Every play looks like it's, man, I just made that. Good.
Yeah.
Jeepers, what a good play by myself.
And even when you watch, you're just like, is he going to make it? It's like when Edwin was playing third base.
And he throws a lot off balance across his body unnecessarily.
And I was like, man, that's...
And maybe that's where the lack of power comes from, you were saying.
That's the worst thing to do. It's like when people, when quarterbacks are throwing across the field, across their body. Most of the time you get it intercepted. Baseball, you're doing that, chances are you might make a throwing error, or the guy's being safe at first.
Yeah.
Either way,
that all comes back
play.
to fielding it properly, because he's thrown across his body because he's not running at the ball properly.
Exactly. Or he's not reading it off the back correctly too.
Well, and I know a lot of these places, the turf is different, the grass is different, it might be longer, it might be shorter, it hits the dirt. The spin off of the bat is ridiculous sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you saw the
Malone.
swinging bunt the other
yeah.
day. Try to pick it up. The guy goes to, you see the ball spinning. The guy tries to pick it up, and the ball just spins out of his hand because it's spinning like crazy. And then he's just like, "Oh, for fuck's sakes!" There's nothing you could do about it. It would have been a hard play, but
I don't know if you could. I'm not even sure there's an equivalent of just a real life comparable.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're
man.
talking about, but like just for people who haven't picked up a baseball and it's spinning, like just imagine is if the ball is hit like off the end of a bat, it's like a spinning top. And it's just spinning, so you reach down to pick it up, and if you pick it up with your glove, it doesn't really matter because your glove it just kills the spin and just absorbs it. But if you're trying to pick it up barehanded, sometimes because it's spinning so fast, it'll just sort of kick off your finger.
Yeah,
hand.
As soon as you touch it, it's changing the spin, right?
Well,
so that's the glove just kills it.
You've had a puck hit your stick that's been spinning crazy, and it just ramps off. You're like, why the fuck did that do that?
Yeah,
I guess.
or pops over your stick or something.
But yeah, there's not much to like. Maybe a soccer ball coming at you with like a knuckle and movement.
You know what? Maybe that's a good like volleyball, soccer. Like if you're able to hit the ball or kick the ball, depending on the sport, and it doesn't have spin. Remember back in gym class, I used to be able to do the knuckle. I don't know how I did it, but like instead of snapping your wrist for volleyball, you just sort of hit it with your palm.
Yeah,
and it would knuckle.
Yeah,
because it wouldn't spin. And so imagine the exact opposite of
baseball
of that. It's just spinning so much that it's just got so much torque in it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't pick it up.
Jays have a new player in their lineup.
George Springer.
Teoscar Hernandez is back too.
Also, Teoscar Hernandez is back.
And Ryu's out.
What happened to Ryu?
Wide?
His butt's tight.
Yeah.
Glute. Fuck.
He's got a tight glute. He's got his glutes tight.
Yeah, so he's on the 10 right now.
Coach, I got a tight ass.
He should pitch May. I think
That's not what he sounds like.
Pitch May 6th, and he should make it. He should pitch May 6th.
So he just basically misses a start.
What was his name? Fucking pitched lights out the other day as well.
Beating Scherzer makes up for him not starting.
They've had a couple good.
Do you remember who started?
I don't remember.
Was that a bullpen game? I think that was a bullpen game.
Okay, regardless, that's like 2 wins.
Because then
it's
Ray was in like.
Oh, Ray was
fucking lights
Friday.
out.
Ray was amazing.
And Roark's been designated, I believe.
Yeah.
Of anyone in the rotation, he was having the most trouble. Okay, sorry. Springer, Ian, go. Springer.
He hit 2 home runs yesterday.
Yep.
Dude was clutch yesterday,
Yeah.
man. Like.
Proved why he's still playing DH though, right? Or is he fielding now? He might be in today, but I know his first couple games he was DH.
Yeah, which is fair. Get him in the lineup, get him going.
Like we also have fielders, so it's
it's not a
Gerchuk plays great in center.
Sorry, going back to that Scherzer game, Jays used 7 pitchers that game.
Yeah.
9-5 win.
Dece.
Yeah,
Dece.
beautiful.
Patch house together.
It was yesterday they used like 5 as well.
Yeah.
That was the extra inning game, I believe,
remember,
right?
Montoyo doesn't know how to coach. The bullpen sucks at the start of the year. We were like, criticism last year. I was like, I was like, no.
Mark, you forgot that the Montoyo only forgets how to coach as soon as the Leafs are eliminated.
Yeah.
What?
The moment the Leafs are eliminated from the playoffs, Montoyo forgets how to do his job.
Really?
Yeah. That's how it works.
A stat?
Yeah. Well, Ian, have you not been on Twitter ever in your life? That's how it works. I've got figured out the formula. Mark, what have you seen from Springer? What have you liked from Springer so far?
He hasn't been beaten his at bats from not playing in games for like a long period.
Yeah, he's still making contact.
Okay, just dissect that a little bit. Like, what do you mean by not being beaten?
So, like, the pitcher isn't out pitching him. So, like, when he's up there, he's not striking out looking. He's not swinging at bad pitches. He's on top of the ball. He's not, when he's getting out, it's good contact with the ball he's hitting. He's hitting line drive outs. He's not, like, behind popping shit up. He's not getting jammed inside. He's taking close pitches. He's not swinging at balls. Like,
okay. So it's everything then. It's not. It's the contact. It's the reading the ball out of the hand and not swinging it out of the strike zone.
He clearly doesn't need a trash can.
His first 2
you were critical of that before.
Made great contact with the ball.
He line drined him.
Line out
right at
into the outfield
too.
too.
He's seeing the ball.
Yeah, he's just off a bit.
I think that's one thing that if you haven't played baseball, you don't really understand. It's like if you line the ball at somebody, you're pissed that you lined it at them, but you're not.
But at the same time, it's just like that guy was pitcher next time.
Yeah, you got all of it.
That guy was in the same place.
In your head, you're just like, our team better not be lighting this guy up because I want another crack at this guy.
Yeah. It's like when a puck comes off your stick and it feels really nice, but the goalie still stopped it. You're like, that still felt good.
Yeah. Or
kind of.
Yeah,
as
well,
a goalie, when the guy makes like a perfect shot and you're just like, when you're seeing it,
You
just love
anticipate
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm having, you're
on.
locked in. And
That's
he
what-
already looks locked in. Sorry.
Yeah. Nice. Anyone else in the Jays you want to mention, Mark, here?
Teoscar's back. He hit a home run already.
Nice.
Gurriel finally hit a nice home run after he got out of his slump.
I
Kirk
did
hit
see
2 home
that.
runs in the one game, but he got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, Kirk just out. I have Kirk in my
me
one
pull
fantasy team.
I feel like the Jays are
Stripling just
are
got
starting
activated
to
today, didn't he?
Yeah, Stripling's pitching right now.
Yeah.
They're starting to
there he
score a
is.
ton of
Yeah,
runs.
and he's going. If he can get deep in this game, at least like 6 innings, that'd be huge for a bullpen, man.
Yeah, it's-
After how many innings they've pitched the last few days this week.
Yeah, well, yeah, because right now we only have Mats and
That's it.
and
That's him.
Ray
Robbie Ray. Yeah.
Robbie Ray.
that are like full starters.
Yeah.
Pearson got delegated, or what was it?
Designated for
Designated
assignment.
again. He hasn't been pitching well in there,
Yeah.
but he said that they said the fastball's there, but he
They
hasn't
sent
been
him to what was an alternate camp or something.
Yeah,
shit
I
like
was
that?
listening to Arden Zwelling and
Yep.
this morning before the Jays game Sunday,
Yep.
and they were saying that there's a potential that like Austin Martin and Grisham could be like come up at the end of the year.
Who's Austin Martin? Remind us who
The
Austin
Jays'
Martin is.
prized prospect
From last.
from last year's draft.
Do you remember where he was picked? He was pretty high.
He was pretty high, but
Is he from
was,
Vanderbilt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was like probably the best player in the draft, like at that moment. Not like it's like ceiling wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember you guys talking about this guy, and I just remember he was like the highest drafted pitcher because everyone always goes like you
He's
say
not a pitcher,
Shortstop.
shortstop.
shortstop. Okay, you said everyone else drafts pitchers then.
A lot of guys draft pitchers.
Early, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's how he dropped to the Jays,
Yeah.
was a lot of people are going after pitchers.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
that's what it was.
I don't follow the MLB draft.
But yeah, they
very
were talking
closely,
about
but-
him. If he has a good season in Double A, him and Grisham could like they're basically fighting for a spot if the Jays get injuries at the end of the year for
And
the
who's-
playoff run.
Who's the other guy?
Grisham's another like drafted kid they got a couple years ago.
What position?
Shortstop as well.
2
Yeah,
shortstops.
but they're talking about moving them to third base if they can't find a everyday third baseman yet.
I got a spot for him.
Shortstop?
Yeah. After the preamble that we
Yeah, but, like,
went on.
Yeah, I know, but I
It's
was like,
Bichette's
it was
to
cool
lose.
to hear because I was like, yo, these guys are like 20 years old, and like, are the kids on the Jays really that good right now? Because like 20 years old in the major leagues, like you're
Yeah.
gonna be playing in there for like 15 years if you stay healthy.
How
like,
old's Vladdy?
22,
21, 22,
21.
yeah.
Bo's
That's stupid.
23. I think Biggio's 23.
Just, I think he's a little like a year older.
Yeah. They're still like they're all under 25. Gurriel Jr.'s 26. I think Hernandez is like
27, 28.
they're all kids.
Even
they're all,
Gerchek's young still too.
they're all
29-ish,
for baseball
maybe.
players. They're all kids.
Yeah.
Especially the first part of that
Yeah.
that list. That we
Even
listed,
then, like
yeah.
the Gritchick is probably just going into his prime now at like 29 and 30.
So are the guys, the 2 guys you mentioned, so what's his name?
Grisham and Martin.
Those 2 guys, are they only playing double A and triple A just so they can each play shortstop, basically?
They're both playing Double A, I think.
Or they're both in double A?
Yeah.
I thought one was triple A.
Well, Bisons aren't playing. I don't think the Bison.
Okay.
They talked about it
All right.
Yeah.
something yesterday in
gotcha.
the game about the Bisons, and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, okay.
Is maybe where they were going to play or something?
Yeah,
Fun thing about shortstops too is they should be able to
they
play
can
anywhere.
play anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I assume you can play anywhere.
If you can't play anywhere, you also shouldn't probably be playing
But
shortstop.
yeah, exactly.
Like that's how I look at it. If you can play shortstop, you should be able to play anywhere on the diamond. Of course, you don't want to put him on
Yeah.
first base or waste him something like that. But you'd be surprised how many major league players get drafted out of position and move to a completely different
Josh
position.
Donaldson was drafted as a catcher.
Great example. DeGrom, I heard, was drafted as a shortstop or something.
And he's the best pitcher in the. He's gonna go to the Hall of Fame with the least amount of wins.
Just because of what team he's on?
Dude, he gets no run support for the Mets.
It's
the dude
silly.
is like the king of 1-0 losses.
Yeah, he's kind of.
You know how Roy Halladay was like the
Yeah,
king of like
exactly.
complete game shutout wins?
Yeah.
He is like the complete game shutout loss king.
Yeah.
Or the complete game loss 1-0 loss king.
And he wasn't even drafted as a pitcher. Fucking wild. You don't see that in other sports, really.
No.
No.
There's
No.
baseball. Some people like baseball scouts and just their eyes. You can just pick a player out.
That's the nature of baseball, I think, though.
Yeah, you could pick a player out. Like the Jays saw something in Edwin, and like they knew they wasn't gonna be a third baseman, but they saw what his bat was.
Well, imagine
Yeah.
someone getting
Same thing
drafted
with
as a
Batista.
goalie, and then ends up playing like first line center.
You would never see that happen. in
I know,
the
but
NHL.
that'd be fucking hilarious.
But that's kind of the equivalent because if you're going from shortstop to pitcher, I mean, but at the same time, growing up, like everybody plays different positions in baseball, and like it's a little different to rotate around. Like,
But if the one thing that's similar in baseball, everybody has to hit.
yeah,
And if you can hit, you can always find a spot in a lineup.
yeah, pitchers hit up until like college, or even in college, sometimes they hit.
If they're good at hitting,
Yeah,
like if the pitchers on Noah's team don't hit.
right. But I mean, if they were good enough, they could.
Yeah, they could, but a lot of them aren't anymore.
So up until high school,
even
you
in Noah, even when Noah was doing AAA with the Mets and stuff like that, pitchers weren't hitting.
really,
Yeah,
wow, that really to me. Now, no, it's
I think
AAA, but
so.
to me, that really funnels them down a certain line. It's like,
But
okay,
at
you're not
that
a pitcher anymore, but like you're still good at other things. But now you literally can't do anything but pitch.
but at that point, that's where you want to go with your college career and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like unless you're in the echelon of hitting, because like you want to win. Like you still have to win.
That's true. They're playing a AAA. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not rinketing.
It's not
participation.
ricketing base. Like you still have to win.
yeah, unless the guy's a specimen and is just like the best
Exactly.
pitcher and best hitter on the team.
Babe Ruth.
Ohtani.
Yes, correct.
Otani is a guy. I thought the Jays were scoring more runs. They've scored a lot recently. They've got 3 up right now.
What's happened recently?
They won 6-5.
The lineup's healthy.
They won 13-5, both against the Braves. They lost 8-2 to the Nationals, but they won 9-5 on the 27th against the Nationals. And then they had the Rays, and the Rays pitch well, so they traded 5-3 wins, and the Jays won 1-0.
Yeah,
So
I was going to
covered
say,
that.
like, that was low scoring baseball, but, like,
Over
that was
500.
the Jays played really
They
good
are.
baseball that series, though, man.
Yeah, I remember you commenting that it was a
Like,
really good.
The Jays, I think the Jays have only lost 2 series the entire year.
Maybe? I'm not going to look, but I trust your judgment on that. They're keeping it close. They're not getting swept.
Oh, God, no.
And if you're never swept, that's a huge plus.
They haven't had 2 bad games in a row either, I think.
It's a good stat. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
lose 2 in a row, but just don't have 2 bad games.
So I read a funny stat. I think the Oakland A's started like 2 and bad, and the Dodgers started like 11-2, and they have the same record now at like 500.
What?
Yeah,
Dodgers are that bad?
the Dodgers have been poo garbage recently.
How? With that rotation, how?
I don't know.
Okay. Fair.
Like I just saw like,
Maybe injuries.
oh,
Probably
Amy just
injuries.
asked me why do people like Freddie Freeman so much? Because he's like a great dude, and he can laugh at himself when he strikes out from Rizzo.
Where's he from?
Canada.
Where-
Well, he was born in the States, but his parents are Canadian.
Do you know where they're from?
No,
Oh, okay.
but he plays for Canada nationally, even though he was born in the States.
Listen to the podcast, Amy. God.
So like, the dude's awesome. Like he doesn't have to play for our country, and he does.
Ah, that's good for him.
Yeah.
That's a good Canadian kid.
No, he's a great Canadian kid, man, and like. Have you seen the one earlier in the season? Sorry, where Rizzo's in the rundown with Freeman, and he's like, Freddie! Freddie's chasing with the ball, and Freeman he just starts laughing, like he's made him like
Stop running because
and
he was laughing.
Yeah, and threw the ball to Baez at second, and they're just laughing their ass off. And then Rizzo's pitching to him because the Cubs are losing 10-0 in the bottom of 9.
Yeah.
And Freeman's 4 for 4 already at this point in the game.
Oh, I didn't realize he was 4 for 4.
Yeah, and Rizzo strikes him out with a fucking curveball.
Rizzo, not a pitcher.
Yeah, and then both of them are just like look at each other. They're just like laughing like they're fucking good
Where
buddies.
does
Like
that relationship come from? Where does Rizzo?
you just talk on the base.
I feel like
Okay.
there's so many baseball players that are just trolls. Like
It's
we were
like
talking about it
Vladdy.
yesterday.
Like Albie's
yeah.
like whenever somebody's on second base, he's like patting them on the shoulder and like saying hey. Well, it's like Vladdy at first base. Like he's
A lot of first basemen are
he's
chatting.
chatting with everybody.
Yeah. That's like the social. The social butterfly on the team is the first baseman usually.
Yeah. Okay. So I was watching yesterday, and it looked like Freeman was talking. I forget who it was who was at first base, but it looked like Freeman was just like telling. I think it was Bichette. And
It's probably
was
Bichette.
like he's throwing like you can see Freeman. He's like I think he said he's throwing him a fastball this pitch. Like he said it to Bichette. I'm just like, oh my god, man!
It's just to get him to not run.
No. He's like he's telling him what pitches come. Bichette could relay it to Thing before like
Yeah, that'd be really hard to do, but
you could.
you could
but, like,
hypothetically, yeah.
it just had a good
Just yell fastball.
camaraderie.
Fastball!
No, just had a good camaraderie. Like
Yeah.
they're laughing at it, not like being dicks.
No, I feel like there's a lot. I guess baseball.
I guess the fielders kind of get bored out there, right?
You spend a lot of time standing around in baseball, and it's very explosive, right? Like it's not the same way that football stands around where you stand around on opposite sides of a drawn line on the field.
Yes, I seen the social aspect.
And then you got to go punch the guy in the face or jam him in the kidneys, try to get the ball loose.
Your adrenaline's not pumping the whole time playing
No,
baseball.
it's a lot more of a gentlemanly.
If your adrenaline's going the whole time playing baseball, you're doing it wrong. Unless you're pitching.
Or you're Mark Burley, I was going to say. Yeah. Mark Burley. Anything else to add baseball-wise here, guys?
Yeah, well, kind of we keep on going to like the fun side.
Oh, okay,
Keep
on to go fun.
Don't like Trevor Bauer?
No.
So, well, a lot of people don't like him because
because
Twitter
he's
personality, blah, blah,
Sure.
blah, blah, blah. But he does a lot of video blogs of his starts and what he does with the Dodgers behind the scenes and shit like that. And it was after the game where Tatis hit the 2 home runs on him and Tatis sellied. And then people were trying to like get him to be angry about Tatis like sellying on him. And he's like, I selly when I strike out, guys. Like, if you hit a bomb off me, you have every right to selly. Like, it's fun. Like, I'm not angry at the guy for fucking pimping his home run. Like,
sure,
he has full right to do it. Where like he's like, there's no need for me to throw at his head like the next time he comes up. Like, that's not getting him out.
Yeah, I like that people, because I know some people are just so, they take it so personally for some reason.
Bauer was like, I love it. Like, you deserve to
go nuts,
bat toss off me. If you could hit a home run off me, do whatever the hell you want. Like, that's basically what he said. Like, it's fun for
you gotta be a little bitch to not like
when Bauer,
understand.
Because when Bauer gets somebody to like chop at something for a strikeout, he puts a sword in his pocket. Like, don't chop at it. It's not a sword. Which I think like
have a sense of humor.
Exactly.
Lighten up.
Exactly, and I like baseball's kind of going more towards this way.
It's slowly getting away from the old man sport part of it.
It's becoming a younger person's game too, kind of like golf as well.
And it needs to be, because it's otherwise baseball generally is dying from an audience perspective because of its. I think it does it to itself
because a lot of people think it's boring.
Right. So if you start seeing people having fun is contagious.
Well,
exactly.
That's
why
laughing is contagious.
That's
why we like comedians.
That's why they put in like the pitcher rule, right? The pitcher has to face 3 guys or end an inning.
Yeah.
So it speeds up the game
a little. Yeah.
It also makes it hard on the pitcher. Like, you got to be able to get guys out now.
Yeah. You can't just have one guy for one guy. Yeah.
It eliminates that unnecessary commercial break after you just saw commercials.
It also makes you coach.
You do got to manage better. You have to manage better, certainly.
Yeah.
So I agree. Like, it's a lot more fun to watch, even though there's not stealing, and I know they're trying some things in different leagues, moving the mound back and stuff like that.
That's why stealing's not happening.
There's that too. Well, it's also pitchers are
I think Kirk threw someone out this week.
Yeah, Kirk
actually
threw his first bat, but like pitchers and catchers are so good now that like you just can't run on guys anymore.
But they've also done the analytics, and there's just no point.
Exactly.
Like, the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. So
no, I was always on that side. Like, if like I'm not gonna steal unless I know 100%. Like, there's no
yeah,
stealing.
you don't want to be. You got to be like, I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah.
Like, you still got to take a risk sometimes, but
sometimes, because there's always error.
Yeah, exactly. The guy's got to throw a pitch up. The guy's got to. I mean, if it's in the dirt,
speed in the dirt, you get lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, the pitcher knows when you're stealing. Like, everybody knows when you're going.
Pretty much, yeah. You could pretty much, if you know a guy's going, you can pretty much pick like almost within a pitch or two.
Like, you might not know it on TV, but the guys playing the game know when you're going.
Yeah,
like, it's not a secret.
Well, just think, like, what would I would do if I was that fast?
Yeah.
Or if I was managing?
What
would
Brian
Brian
Boitano do?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Jays are off to a good start in this game, so hopefully they're going for. Would this be their first series sweep?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it might be.
Which would be a huge one, because the Braves were leading the NL East at the start of this series.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah,
you jerks.
The Braves were under 500 leading the NL East before they were facing the Jays.
Word.
God, baseball needs to realign their divisions.
I don't understand the AL, NL. We talked about it before.
Fuck the AL East, man. Fuck the AL East.
I just
one of the
don't understand.
the best.
You know what? I'm pissed off. I hate being right about things, and I hate being right about the fucking Red Sox right now.
They're good.
They're the best team in baseball right now.
They're good. Them, the Yankees, and the Jays are the 3 best.
I thought you said fucking Red Sox were going to be trash this
year.
AL as well.
No, I said Red Sox were going to be good.
Did everyone think they were going to be bad?
Everybody
what were the projections?
They were going to be this good.
It's still early. I mean, it's a month in, so we're starting to really see what teams are. Maybe 2 months in, kind of people start to see what teams are. But
Red Sox are just ripping the ball.
So you're not looking at results. You're more looking at how they got to the results.
Yeah.
Which is sort of a more underlying than just looking at the standings. which is fair.
Mike Trout. That's it.
Batting average, fucking Mike Trout, 429.
Dece.
Jesus Christ.
That's his average.
Average.
I also said, remember how Mike Trout's never had like a real breakout season yet? Maybe he's having it this year.
I was sort of hoping that he would fall to me in the draft in hand fantasy baseball league. I got Juan Soto instead.
And he's hurt right now.
Yeah, but because Trout was
I got Trout
projected to drop to me there.
In the one league I'm in, the points league I'm in. And
Doing
Ohtani,
good for you.
And Ohtani.
Okay, I have a
so
question,
happy right
fantasy
now.
baseball wise. Fantasy baseball question. How in a points league, how does average translate over?
There's no average.
Oh, you just can't have that as a stat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got hits, like everything is categorized by points. So like a single is worth X, double's worth X, triple's worth X, home run is worth X, walk is worth X, a strikeout is negative X.
You said if you get the cycle, you get extra points.
Cycle is like extra point.
So
Same thing with
like
pitching.
a complete
like
game.
A K is worth X, a win is worth so many, complete game is worth so many, getting a shutout is worth so many, getting
there are
perfect,
an infinite
like
number
a
of stats in baseball.
A complete game,
It's
you
crazy.
get extra points on that pitcher line.
Right.
So like I've had a pitcher put up like I think 38 points this year in a game in a start for me.
How?
Complete game shutout.
Okay.
10 strikeouts, got the win because they're all those categories are worth a point. Like,
So it's
they all add
essentially
up.
it's essentially like a banger sort of
yeah, almost.
idea. Okay. I think
I
did
feel like
baseball
I'd
league
be
a while ago and I
preferred to do
couldn't
that
remember.
than the head-to-head
I like
categories.
the points league for baseball. I like doing the points for it's so like it's.
We'll have to try that
it's
next
pretty
year.
fun.
That's the football style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm down.
football
exactly like football style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the points league for
Yeah.
hockey too.
it's exactly like football.
Right on.
So like when a defense, so like the players are kind of similar to like a defense. So like when a defense gets like a interception touchdown or something, like they'll get the interception and the touchdown on the play, which will add like a double, like you get the stack points to each. That's like if a pitcher wins, he'll get like say 7 points for the win. If he gets a shutout, he'll get like an extra 10 points on that because a shutout is worth 10 points.
Yes,
So
they
that's-
stack. They
yeah.
add up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they add up. Same thing we're talking about hockey. If you have when we were taking those questions, I think one of Shakib's question was
Like I like your
the
buddy's
goal versus
points
hits
league
and
for
stuff.
hockey. I'd like to do a points league for hockey, but yeah.
But if you get a goal, say you score a goal,
Yeah.
you get a goal, you get a shot. If that goal's on the power play, you get your power play point. All
Yeah.
of those, yeah, okay, I understand.
So like one goal could be worth 5 points.
Yeah, or five ticks across the board, 5
Yeah.
categories. Right.
It's just instead of everything valuing one, they're worth different points.
If we're talking about fantasy, do you guys have any anything to vent on fantasy hockey wise? Fantasy hockey playoffs are going on right now.
Yeah, I'm going to the finals, baby.
Is that confirmed? Locked in?
Yeah, basically.
There's only the one game
Yeah,
today.
there's no way I'm not.
Okay, I gotcha.
I could be going to the finals in the other one.
So Mark in our 14 banger,
Yeah,
Mark's going to the finals against.
my dad.
Is it going to be a hostile environment in the household?
Probably. Mark's gonna get locked out.
Mark's going to get poisoned. Hey, Mark, eat this piece of pizza that's got your name on it.
See, since I'm like kind of lactose intolerant, I would not eat pizza if it was given to me right now.
Oh. Mark's
then you still
Mark
would,
can't
'cause
be
your
day to
dad's
day
pizza's
fantasy.
so
Because
good.
like one, it's already gonna make me shit.
I don't know. My
And this
My-
is our 12 team.
in the 12 one, I'm
The one
going.
win.
Standard
You might be in the finals in that one too.
You know what? We figured out today Jordan only has 2 goalie starts, so if I win all the goalie stats, I think I would have won regardless, but I'm pretty sure I'm through. So I'm through to the final. Again, I guess I'll be playing Ian in our 12-team one-win
Duke.
league.
Or Duke. Duke has 5 fucking Tampa players.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
stacked
Okay.
up on Tampa
Coming down
the
to the
other
wire,
day.
eh?
Well, he
You
picked up
said that in our chat.
picked
Dude.
up
He was
th-
like, I'm picking up all the Tampa guys.
he picked
for
up
Saturday,
3
Sunday.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think he had 2 on his team.
You can get more games played by adding more guys throughout the week than just like guys on the last day. I mean, you can sort of pick and choose your categories.
That's what I
but-
did today.
Well, their
but
week
I
was so
didn't.
close
I
that,
didn't
like,
need to pick
he
up
held, like,
anyone.
Yeah, okay.
You're not so one of the things I do, I go like and see what the other teams doing the same, like as I'm playing them in the week. And if we have the same amount of players playing like that day, I'm not really going to chase a game until I need it if I'm losing the week. Because there's no point in me adding and dropping a guy if we have the same amount of players playing and I think my team's going to beat you. in the
Okay.
day.
Yep, I understand.
So like Monday next week, Monday's a full day, and then I already checked Tuesday. I think we have the same amount of players playing. So in my head, I don't need to use an ad drop till Wednesday.
Actually, he has
Gotcha.
6 Tampa players.
Wow.
Fucking
But not all of them are going to score a goal.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They might.
Well, didn't Detroit beat them 1-0 recently?
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
In a shootout.
Was it in a shootout?
It was in a shootout. Detroit only had 15 shots because I picked up McElhaney for a 14.
Wow. Damn.
And he started. I was like, oh, last time Tampa played back-to-back, they started Gibson on the Sunday. I'm not letting this get to fucking Sunday.
Do we have the confirmed starters for today, Ian, yet?
I think it was Vass and Bernier.
I checked before and they were unconfirmed on Daily Faceoff. So, Mark, you got the one team going to the finals, and you got the one team left, or do you have another one?
My other one's losing in the semifinals. So my team that in the points league finished first.
This hurts.
It's 10-2 record.
You're killing it.
Yeah, I average like a 57 points every week.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but like it's 57 points every week is what I average.
It's a points league.
Okay,
So
I'm not sure what good is,
but
that's really good.
I've got
Okay.
28.
Insane.
like what's a good week? In
50, 45.
So 45, 50 points on a week.
And I have 28 this week.
Oh, okay, I understand. So you're like
That's why I'm pissed. But the guy I'm playing has 71 as well. So even if I had a good week,
It's
like
he had a week.
he had a fucking week.
Okay.
you can't even be mad then. It's like, you know what? Shit.
Sam Bennett went off for him. Like, what the fuck?
You know what? I added Sam Bennett a couple weeks ago just as a Monday, Tuesday play. I had a spot open Monday, Tuesday, and he's 3 positions eligible.
Yeah, he had like 6 points this week.
He's been doing really well, man. Calgary Flames doing great there.
Yeah, I don't know. His team just played very well, and mine did not.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
So I got a team playing Amy in the consolation, whatever. And I have 2 teams in that salary cap
I'm in
league.
that consolation as well.
Salary cap league. I think I'm going to be going through. In our 12-team 1 win, think I'm going through. I might be playing Ian in the finals. And I had 2 shutouts. I had Jari and what's Islanders goalie's name? Fuck. Varlamov.
Nice.
Shutouts yesterday. So I was like, I thought it was okay, did you guys notice the
McElhaney started yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Not fast. Varlamov.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's your other one?
Islanders.
Yeah. You said you got 2.
Jari.
Oh, I thought you said Vasilevsky.
No, Varlamov.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's the V. I was like, Mark's confused between the V's.
Vass did have a shutout this week.
Yeah, you got one Thursday.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I'm pretty excited. And I have 1 second place in the bank already. So, I mean, going to the finals, 3 out of 4 teams. That's pretty darn good. I'm not going to complain. Okay, let's stop talking about fantasy shit. People are like, yo, we're bored of your nonsense, guys. We know you're good at fantasy. News this week, we have the last payment being made for the Seattle Kraken. So the Seattle Kraken can officially sign dudes from college. I guess that's the only real place you can sign guys right now. They can officially make trades, talk to other teams. So first of all, let's get the Arizona Coyote joke out of the way.
How long till Buffalo gets fleeced?
They might have already gotten fleeced, man. Might have already gotten fleeced.
I can't be chirping Buffalo as a Flyers fan.
Arizona is like, oh, we can finally afford napkins or whatever the fuck. Remember that article? Remember how they were like,
they
were
couldn't
banking
afford pizza.
They were banking on, they couldn't afford their pizza. They were banking on this this payment from the Seattle Kraken as part of their budget, which is, I mean, it's true, it's got to be in there, but like to rely on it, guys, like how desperate are you?
They just wanted that was the whole thing. The reason why the guy bought the thing, because he knew he was going to get the payout from this expansion.
Yep, that's fucked. That's fucking wild. So they exist.
So if he has dividends now, he's probably just gonna fucking peace out.
Yeah, I mean, great. NHL can know the Arizona Coyotes again. Great.
Yeah, whatever.
So I think the Seattle Kraken. So first of all,
are they going to make the playoffs this year, Arizona?
No. Well, you can have a look. Hold on, okay, so Ian. We'll go through the standings in a bit. We'll go through the standings in a bit.
Okay.
So I think the Seattle is it's a measuring stick to see how good of a job Vegas really did, and I think it's a measuring stick it'll be a good judge how dumb some of the
regime is?
NHL general managers are, to see if they learned from the mistakes that people made in order to enable Vegas to be so good. What did Florida give up?
Marcia Schultz and Riley Smith.
Right, in order to protect a guy who's like an okay defenseman.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Minnesota gave them Tuck and
I was gonna say, where did they get Tuck from?
Tuck and Holla.
And Hall's not there anymore, but Hall was a huge piece of that team for a couple years. Fuck. So who are the idiots going to be this time around is sort of the question I'm asking for that are going to enable Seattle to be as good.
To the cap.
Or maybe, yeah. Like, that's different. Though. Having it as a safety valve is a little different because I'm a fan of it benefiting two teams.
Leafs are in a great spot going into the expansion draft.
I think there's a lot of well, because Kyle Dubas is smart.
Yeah.
Is Kyle Dubas one of the smarter general managers in the league?
100%.
Yes.
Probably because he's younger.
Dude,
he's
he
smarter.
should probably win GM of the year this year.
But he won't because it's Toronto.
Yeah.
So
like, the moves he made in the offseason and during the regular season were amazing.
But it's not. It's yes, and it's the positioning of how
how well the Leafs did this.
How you're positioning contracts in order to have the expansion benefit you somehow.
It's also how well his signings produced this season as well.
Sure, of course.
You can't say Simmons, Thornton, Spezza were busts.
No. And say what you want about the Cody Ceci thing, but that was a gentleman's agreement to get out of the Zaitsev deal that Lou Lamoriello signed.
Oh, same thing with Bogosian and Brody too. Like
amazing
5 signings, man. That were all you can give him a check mark on all of them.
Yeah. Seattle's expansion draft goes on. Sorry, the protected list July 17. So we're it's early May. So we're 2.5 months away from the protected list, which will just be after the playoffs. And then the expansion draft goes 4 days later on July 21st. And then the NHL draft is right after that. So that'd be kind of fun. I'm sure there'll be all sorts of people speculating about. I mean, people are already doing like the.
You can always, you can already do.
And that doesn't interest me so much as the sort of the philosophy of teams going into the projected or the projected list period and just sort of understanding like, hey, like I kind of want to know how good of a job Vegas really did. Because it honestly pisses me off. I'm happy for Vegas as a team.
Yeah,
I'm happy for their fans. I'm pissed off that Vegas made it to the Stanley Cup fucking final in their first fucking season or whatever. I've gone my entire life.
They've had no suffering.
Not exactly.
They have had no suffering.
And I don't think they necessarily have to suffer in the first. The Atlanta Thrasher style or Washington Capital expansion. They don't deserve to suffer like that.
Deserves to be that bad.
But you also don't deserve to have success rammed up your fucking ass down your throat like right away.
You're only allowed to be that bad if you do it to yourself.
Yeah. And so maybe, and I'm open-minded, did Vegas do a very good job? Maybe they did.
Yeah, I'm
and
also
this
glad,
is the measuring stick.
So what I like too, that Vegas wasn't just a flash in the pan. They've been good since.
Yes. So, but Seattle now, the next 3 years will give us a really good measuring stick because I would actually be pissed off if Seattle came out gangbusters. I don't really care about anyone in that division. Like that's California, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, cool. Vancouver, I hope they do well, but the California teams have had their time in the sun. Funny enough, but nobody in that division really I find compelling. So the Kraken can go do as well as they want, whatever. I don't really care. I don't want them to drown and suck, but
they're a Kraken. They're not going to drown.
I know. Thank you.
They can swim.
It's not fun. It's not funny if you explain the joke. So
I didn't even get the joke.
I don't. I just think I just really want to compare the first 3 years. The first 3 years of the Kraken versus the first 3 years of Vegas, and that'll really give you an idea.
Give yourself a measuring stick.
Exactly, a direct comparable. To them.
Yeah.
And
so what do you think? Do you think the rules are just too easy for the expansion team?
I don't think
so.
Like
you think the player pool is too big?
No, I just think there's a lot of good players in the NHL now.
I think there might be a little bit of both. Because Mark's right. There's never been more talent in the NHL than there is now.
Yeah, and well, they're like you said, they just made a lot of good deals. Like their best 2 players they traded for Vegas,
and they
Pacioretty and Stone.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. They made those trades.
Fleury's just been playing lights out, so he's doing well, right?
Yeah.
Robin Lehner's been playing really good too.
Yeah. They made great deals, but they were set up with a ton of assets.
Yes.
And
they don't have like what you talked about before. They don't have the dregs of some other GM fucking up before them.
They don't have 10 years of incompetence dragging them down. They're right.
Also exempt from this expansion draft too.
Yes. That's one part I don't think a lot of people realize. The Kraken cannot take anything from Vegas. They're untouched.
That is pretty annoying, isn't it?
However, Vegas is up against the cap now. They're starting to pay for it.
Good.
They're starting to pay for all
of
their
Do they have a farm
success.
team yet?
Yeah, they have.
We're still good though. We're at the cap. We're starting to pay for it. Vegas is still in a really good spot though, man.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say they're not. I'm just saying that they're
crushing.
They had to trade away. What's his name to Vancouver for a 3rd round pick.
He looked like
shit yesterday. McNabb.
No.
Oh
my God.
Schwartz?
Yes. Yeah. Schmidt.
But
Nate Schmidt.
Schmidt hasn't looked good all year.
Mark, I bet you he would look better on Vegas.
A lot of players look better on Vegas.
Exactly.
But
I'd look better on Vegas than Vancouver.
We all would. So yeah, he was a good defenseman. His spot got taken up in his cap, and he was basically gifted to Vancouver. Anyway, okay, I'm done. I'm done speculating on the Kraken. I just think it'll be really interesting for reasons that I mentioned.
yeah, I just want the draft to happen because it's all like something to watch on TV.
Yeah, something going on.
Yeah. I just want to see the protected
And I'm
lists.
like you. I want to see who fucks up.
Ian, it'll be the day after your birthday, July 17.
Yeah, sick. Birthday present.
Birthday part. Well, at that point, I think teams will have announced it probably too.
Yeah, and that's the fun part to go through. It's just like, oh shit,
Ricky with the fucking nastiness.
this team has this guy available. This team has this guy available.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't protect this guy. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's just like, is there a deal in there that they're not protecting these guys? It's good speculation at that
He
point.
made Freeman look silly.
I would love to before the protected lists come out, or maybe as the protected lists come out, we'll do an Ian podcast, Ian's birthday podcast, and we'll basically be like, who are
Not fucking podcasting on my birthday.
who are the idiots? Which GM is going to be the dumbest in the Seattle thing? Because that'll almost be a game, like a Russian roulette of who's going to do the dumbest thing. Because someone's going to do something dumb and hand them gold for nothing.
I hope it's Pittsburgh.
No, Burke and those guys, nah, they
No,
won't
I
do
know, I
it.
know, I
No, they're
know,
too
I know.
smart.
I know.
We're not going to
smart.
protect Sidney Crosby.
Maybe they won't see his name on the list.
Yeah, maybe they'll skip over it.
They expect
It's
him
like,
to be
that's got to be a
protected.
typo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they expect him to be protected, so they don't even look.
Yeah, that's funny. It's not impossible. That's so funny.
Hiding in plain sight.
Some of the best
I can't
best hiding
see you,
places.
can't see me.
Yeah.
Put your hands in front of your face. Okay.
Leafs?
Yeah, what did you Leafs? Let's do Leafs. Okay, Leafs. What do
Or
they
are
do
we
this
saving
week?
that for after?
No. We can do Leafs. Let's do Leafs. Leafs on my list. On my piece of paper.
At least went 3-0 this week, right? 4-0.
Three.
3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only played Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah. Who'd they beat in?
Montreal once and Vancouver twice.
Nice.
And 3 goals against in 3 games.
That's pretty good.
That's good. They played good team defense in those games.
Yeah.
Well, after coming off like the shit they had last week, it's like they kind of had to.
Do you guys want to talk about a specific game? I kind of want to talk about a specific game. Okay, so the 4-1 win against Vancouver, which was a couple days ago, that was the first game against Vancouver. They were without, and this is what really, that was an
Muzzin,
interesting.
It
Riley.
didn't look like they were without them that game.
They were without
It's-
Riley, Muzzin, Bogosian, so 3 of their regular defensemen. They were without Hyman
it
and
looked weird.
Foligno, and they were without Campbell and Anderson. I know some of those are obvious because some of those are injuries out, but
Campbell wasn't even dressed?
I don't know. They played Rittich, and they had Hutchison backing up.
Well, that's because Campbell played the day before. It was a back-to-back.
Ian, I'm just saying that's who they didn't have in their lineup,
Oh.
and they still beat
Oh, okay.
Vancouver 4-1.
Yeah, but the Leafs didn't look out of beat
No,
without them.
they looked for the first
They looked
period and a half.
better than the game on
No,
yesterday.
The tempo was higher, man.
Yeah.
It was a
That
high
first
tempo
period,
game.
they had like so many shot attempts, but like 4 shots on net or something.
Yeah.
Oh, they kept
in that
missing.
game.
Yeah.
I think they had like 20 shot attempts,
Oh,
in the,
God, I
and they
picked up
had
a
like
Headcount
6
Chenyuk, and
shots.
he passed it to Kerfoot. Kerfoot misses the entire net on a fucking wide open 3-on-1. I was like, are
Yeah.
you fucking serious, Kerfoot?
Yep.
And then he gets a high sticking penalty, doesn't get 4 minutes.
I really like the
I think that
D
was against
pairs.
Montreal, though.
I really liked it. So they had
Yo,
Sandin,
Sandin's been fucking amazing.
Brody, and they did that. They did that a little bit
On the Thursday, yeah.
on
Sandin looked good with
Thursday
Dermott.
and Saturday.
Standing looked good with Dermott the other game.
Sandin Dermott was the regular pair on Saturday,
Yeah.
and they played together did they play? No, I think it was Liljegren and Dermott most part on Thursday.
Yeah.
But Sandin and Sheldon Keefe said that they looked excellent together, Sandin and Brody.
Yeah,
He actually
well,
made the
it's like,
comment, which he rarely makes comments like
that's what,
that.
That's basically
Stood
why
out.
Sandin hasn't been in the lineup, because we have Morgan Riley.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
we don't need 2 of these guys.
Exactly, yes.
Like, Sandin's just not as good as Riley at it.
Yep.
But he's still good.
Yeah, well, if Sandin's one of your better defensemen now you just have him in your lineup because
Yeah.
he's that good.
It's just,
I'd
yeah.
rather have 2 Morgan Rileys than Morgan Riley and
Another
anything
guy.
else.
I kind of wish
'Cause Morgan
they...
Riley's like a top 15 defensemen
I kind
in
of
the entire league.
I really have never been a Dermott fan, so I would, when Bogosian's healthy, I would kind of want Sandin and Bogosian.
Same.
But Bogosian's out for I think the first round.
Oh, that long?
I think
Okay,
I heard that somewhere.
Sandin Dermott it is.
Yeah, which really, you
gotta
as a
assume you're
bottom
gonna beat
pair,
Montreal though. Like,
If it is going to be Montreal still.
they should.
Fuck. So we were looking
I
at
don't
we were
speculate
looking at
that, though.
Vancouver's schedule. They go to like the 19th, and I think the Leafs' last game's like the 14th or something like that.
Yeah, I wrote it down somewhere.
It was weird
Yeah,
because they still have 12 games to play. The Leafs have what, 5 left?
yeah, yes, 5, 5.
It's like, oh my gosh, good luck.
And 3 against Montreal. So the 3 games against the game against Montreal, the Canadiens this week. How was the score again?
4-1, 5-1.
4-1.
Was it 4 or 5-1?
I don't know. It didn't Montreal.
I think that was a bit of a snoozer of the
4-1, yeah.
3.
Yeah, Montreal did. They just slapped Montreal that game.
Like, no, I don't know. Montreal had more shots than the Leafs did.
Yeah, Vancouver had more shots than the Leafs most of the game yesterday.
Well, yeah, but like they weren't.
Yeah,
Campbell
that
played
was
well.
the thing. So we were watching
I like
the game.
Campbell.
We were watching the game last night, and it's just like Vancouver has more shots than Toronto.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but because they're nothing shots, they're
It was
outside.
like Vancouver's
There's like,
had the puck for like 2 minutes.
yeah.
And Campbell was making a lot of those saves look easy. Campbell, I thought last night Campbell was starting to read the puck off the stick in a way that Mark and I were talking about a couple weeks ago, how he was struggling to read the puck off the stick, didn't look comfortable.
Yeah.
He was starting to make, when you see Campbell make a save without even going down to his knees, almost point blank, which he did, it's like, he's reading the puck right off the stick. And he was starting to do that again, which is an excellent sign. Phenomenal. So really like that. We talked about Sandin. I thought Sandin was excellent. I was a little worried when his face went into the boards or into the glass or whatever, just because it's like shit. Like
It was like, it was the edge of the boards.
yeah, it was kind of a
weird.
freak injury. Just
It was
the way
like
that
the
the boards
glass. It was
bent.
because the glass was so like bouncy there. Like the glass
No,
shot out.
that was the penalty box door. That was the penalty box glass.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
just the glass like moving.
Yeah, no. So
no, because those aren't connected.
I've been on the
Yeah.
ice at ACC, and the penalty box glass, for some reason, it just bends like kind of the other way a little,
Yeah.
just a little bit. So like it doesn't. All the boards bend together, but the penalty box
They're not
glass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not connected because you have the doors there.
You need the doors. Yeah, you need them to open.
Exactly.
So
I didn't realize it was right in that spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. So if he was like 10 centimeters back, nothing would have happened.
right. He might have like hit his helmet off but he would have
Yeah,
like
it would have been face.
it wouldn't have like hit that in between thing.
the stanchion area. I thought it was just the glass, like
Yeah.
the impact of the one guy and then him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
Oh,
I thought Sandin's looked great though. And I think we all agree on Sandin looking
Yeah.
great. You know, those look pretty good too. Hall looks pretty good too. Look pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, he's just
We
cruising.
haven't bought up Hall
one letter
recently, so
away
we
from
probably
my last
should.
name.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Foligno? I know we've talked about Foligno a little bit, but I want to talk about him
I'd
a little
like
bit
to.
more specifically.
Dude,
4
he's-
for 4 points, 4 assists,
Dude,
4
he's
games.
fit in with Marner's and Matthews.
4 wins.
Very well.
Do you think that's a permanent solution, Mark?
No.
You don't think so? You think Hyman gets his spot there on the top lineback?
Yeah.
I think they look too good. I think Foligno has to stay there, to be honest.
I
what do you
don't see a problem with either one.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with either one.
Good problem to have. No, 100%.
It's exactly. I just want
We were speculating yesterday. It's like, at this point, who do you take out?
because Brooks has been wicked.
Brooks had 2 goals this week.
Do you guys want to do some? Yeah, what lines would you go with?
Galchenyuk
Well,
scored.
okay, Galchenyuk scored yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Got an assist
Brooks
in
had
one of the
2
games,
this
too.
week.
Galchenyuk's had 2 points
Nylander
this
had
week.
2. It's like, who do you take out? So like my choices, I think, is like
So for top line, in your lineup would be
it'd be
line.
Matthews, Marner,
And you
Foligno.
can't take out Mikheyev.
You have. I like Galchenyuk with
Nylander, and
Tavares.
So that's your second line.
So then you have Hyman on the third line with
Kerfoot at center
I don't know.
and Mikheyev.
I don't know.
Simmons is on the third line.
So right now it's Kerfoot.
over Hyman, Kerfoot, and Mikheyev. That's what I mean. Like it's tough
Yeah, then your whole man at fourth line is Simmons,
Then your fourth line is-
Simmons, Thornton, Spezza.
when you have to get and you,
So
and you take Brooks
taking
out,
Brooks out,
or you scratch Thornton or Simmons, and you're
not doing that in the
hold on,
playoffs,
no, you're assuming everyone's healthy too, which
Yeah.
is not really not realistic, but
It's like
Well, they're a
I'd like
Hyman
it to
away
be.
from being healthy.
and Bogosian.
Well,
Forward,
up front,
forward-wise, forward-wise.
Yeah.
Engvall is not in the conversation, but you have a guy that you can throw
You
in
have
the
Robertson
lineup.
too.
Well,
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
And that other guy that they signed, who was the guy they talk about him like every
Nash?
game? Yeah, Nash.
Oh, yeah.
Riley Nash.
Great.
He'll probably get a
center
couple
depth.
games. And then
I'm sure he's going to get a game at some point.
100%.
But I don't know if he's not healthy or they just haven't
No,
put
he's
him in.
been practicing. I think
Oh,
he's cleared now.
That's cool.
Oh, is he really? They got to get him into a game before the playoffs. I
Oh, they
think.
will for sure. Well, they clinched.
Yeah.
Leafs are
just to give guys rest.
probably going to finish first.
I would.
They're
be
9
surprised.
points up on second.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the other teams. It's just a matter of games played now.
Like realistically, like Spezza, how many games you want off, bro?
Spencer's going to say none.
Thornton's like, yeah, I'll take one off. But at the same time, you don't want those guys
Thornton's
taking
been
games
playing
off.
amazing. I don't want him to take a game off because he's playing. You don't
You
really
don't want them to lose that grit.
Yeah,
Or
but
just that-
but maintenance.
Yeah, I
no,
know.
the engine. I know what you mean. Yeah, keep the engine
And
going.
I think players like that, like when they're going, they got to keep going, especially at an age like you don't want them. You don't want their engine to slow down.
And how close together are their games? I think they're relatively spread out.
What, the Leaf games?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they got like that half week off again at some point.
yeah. So that's nice. But at the same time, right? Like you want to get these guys into the lineup. Thornton said it. Part 1 is done. Part 1 checkbox.
Yeah,
So
I
guys,
like what I mean.
get
Saying
yourselves
that is
ready.
like, well, I guess you can't put it out of Thornton. Thornton's gonna be ready for playoffs. He's fucking.
So
he's
Monday,
going to the Hall of Fame.
Monday,
Like, he's gonna be
Thursday,
ready.
Saturday this week is all Canadians.
Yes.
And then they have 4 days off and play the Senators on the 12th.
Okay, so they have a pretty light schedule.
Oh, that is so light.
It's just that they play Montreal and they're still fighting to get in, so that's going to be a little scrappier. Yeah, maybe, but you like scrappy in terms of like they're
Yeah,
going for it.
But Montreal's gonna be playing a hard game.
Yeah.
Leafs are 9 points up on Edmonton. They can drop a game or two. It's fine.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The only reason Leafs haven't clinched first in the division is
Games
because
played.
it's actual number.
yeah, it's just
Possible.
because games played.
mathematical.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
Edmonton can
realistic.
get what
10
76 points total, and Leafs are at 71.
Okay, so the magic number's 3.
Yes, 3 wins.
Three wins or 3 losses or any combination of Edmonton losing out on 5 points and the Leafs gaining 5 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So it could be literally this week.
Yeah,
So talking about this week, Montreal, they got 3 games. So this is a bit of a playoff preview for us. So
Do.
yeah, thanks, Mark. Yep. So the Leafs are 5-2-0 against Montreal this season so far. That includes 1 overtime win, no overtime losses. So I mean, I guess Montreal has a slightly different record just because of that overtime win. But with 3 more games to go, this is a great playoff preview because likely this is going to be the round 1 matchup. So this is a great opportunity for Leafs to mess around with their lineup and not really, like Mark, you said, not
And you're
show.
going to see Montreal grinding to get in, so the Leafs are going to see their potential A game right before the playoffs.
one more thing about Matthews.
Yep.
So Matthews right now has 38 in 47 games. He's missed 4 games.
38 goals.
Yes.
In 47.
Yeah, so he missed 4 games.
Yes.
If
He only needs 10 goals for my prediction.
Yeah, but
He's got in front
I
of him.
mean, if he did the math, if I did the math of like his current goal
Yeah.
Pace?
it's 45 goals would have been on a 56 game season.
So
So like
on
but,
a 56 game season, Matthews is on pace for it's just over
You know what?
45
He's
goals.
got to play Montreal 3 times this week. He loves to light
he
up
loves
Montreal.
lighting Montreal
3 hat
up.
tricks. Let's go. Let's get Mark correct. 48.
Mark, that's something else, man. I wanted to bring that up too. That fabled 48 number. I think they said today that
He's
or
probably going to finish with 42, 43.
44. Yeah. Well, Stuart on Hockey Night in Canada last night said he was on pace for 43. But that's not including the games he missed. Ian was including the game, taking the the 56 game average.
Yeah, so
projected.
he has five more games to play.
Mm-hmm.
How many goals do you think he can get?
15.
9. He's playing Montreal 3 times.
Seriously, like he could get
And at the
8.
same time,
He's
it's
going to
like
score 5 against Montreal this week if he plays all 3 games.
okay. Here's a real
Hot
serious
take?
question.
Hot take?
Serious question.
Yeah.
Do you sit Matthews at any point? over
No,
the next
fuck
5?
that. If he wants a day off, yes.
Only if he wants to sit.
If he wants a day off.
You ask your guys, do they want to play? If they want to play, you let them play.
And at the same time, too, he doesn't have to play 20 whatever minutes. They can literally play him like 15, 12.
Yeah,
if
I
they
feel
want.
like if he's on the bench, he wants to play though.
But so does everybody,
Yeah,
right?
but he deserves it.
Yeah, but
Sure.
once the game starts, it's the coach.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they're not going to play him, then don't play him.
Sheldon
put,
keeps-
put another guy in.
Keefe knows the goal is not to get Matthews 80
Injured.
goals.
No.
It's to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
No, I'm just saying, if he plays all 3 games, I'd pencil in for 5 goals this
Matthews
week.
is 9 goals up on McDavid. McDavid's not catching him. He's won the Rocket.
Ovi might be coming back this week, man.
Ovi's not even on the top 5 list.
yeah, no.
He's at 24. 14 back.
How many games has Ovi played?
That's Max Pacioretty, not Ovechkin. 43. Four less than Matthews.
I got a question about that line.
Which one?
Foligno, Marner, Matthews.
Okay.
Is that the Leafs' best defensive line?
Probably.
Yeah. Do you? So their
Your first line
defense
should be
is
your best
played.
defensive line.
Their
Like Boston.
their best defense
Not
is
everyone's as
played
good as Boston
I
defensively.
know, I know.
in the last 10 feet of the offensive
yeah.
zone.
Sorry?
Their best defense is played in the last 10 feet of the offensive zone.
Oh, stripping the puck from people.
Yeah, they don't let people get out of the zone.
Yeah.
So-
And if they do, it's not clean.
That's just my theory. If your first line should be like your best line at everything.
Tavares
Like,
just falls
if-
over.
For your,
Should be, but Mark, we know it's
I
not
know
the
some
case.
teams aren't like that, but like if you have to go to it, you got to throw your first line out. You can't be like, I got to throw my defensive guys out that aren't as good as Matt. Like they're not Matt.
But Mark, how about those European players that like to hot dog it and don't back check? Those Europeans with their visors.
Yeah, I know. No, that's just my opinion on a first. Like that's why it's your first. line.
Sure, yeah. So, watching Foligno, I love the angles he takes on the back check.
He's very aware.
Specifically, that's a great word to use, on the back check in the own zone, anywhere on the ice.
And
There was a play where one of the Vancouver guys was coming out from behind his own net up the boards on the far side looking at your TV, and Foligno started kind of on the other side of the opposing goal and just made a diagonal cut right across the ice to cut the guy off, angled him off completely perfectly.
He read the guy before he was even started skating.
And the guy just
he let the guy
skate back.
let the guy go there, and then Foligno knew he was going there, and Foligno let him get to where he was going. Foligno was like, all right, go, you're going back.
Yeah, so that's part of it, right? It's giving the guy a lane to skate into and then taking it away.
Immediately.
There was
Yeah.
okay, so there was one shift in the game last
They're
night.
not letting him play the puck forward.
There's one shift
Excellent at that.
Yeah.
in the game last night that that line was cycling the puck, and at one point there was no defense on
the point at
on the
all.
blue line. I'm like, where the fuck are the Leafs defense? It was like Matthews and Barter were like cycling around and then they get out, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, everyone's back.
Yeah.
And Matthew makes a good defensive play, and
Brody
they got the puck
back,
again.
got the guy at the
Yeah.
net, and then they broke out immediately
Yeah.
and changed.
Yep.
Remember that shift? You're like, where's the defense? I was like, oh, don't worry, and they'll get back.
Yeah, they got it. They got this. Also, speaking of Marner, there was one forecheck, and Marner doesn't hit a lot, but you know that.
Foligno crushed Edler yesterday.
But you know that you can't forecheck without hitting a guy, according to your uncle or your dad, or I mean, I'm in quotation marks.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
Right? Finish your hit.
My dad knows. I'm like, no, don't.
Marner goes in, and I can't remember who he's against, but he just didn't hit the guy. He just stick on puck. The guy was trying to go forehand to backhand up the boards, and Marner comes in, stick on puck, and just
It was
takes
on
it away.
Edler.
And
It was on
It was on
Edler.
Edler.
It was an Edler.
It was on
'cause
Edler.
And that was Matthew's second goal.
Matthew's
Yeah,
second goal.
it
I'm
was
glad
on
you guys
Edler.
caught that too.
Yeah.
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 I was like, what is still?
And you know the best part about that?
What?
The puck went off Edler in the net as
Hey!
well. So Edler fucked up on the defensive play,
And
and
then-
then
he fucking scored on his own net.
Right.
off his ass and in.
Oh, hockey karma's great.
Oh, that was hilarious. Edler
Okay.
was
Glad you
a
guys caught that
mess
too.
yesterday.
Oh,
Holy
Edler got
shit!
fucked up yesterday.
Well, he actually got fucked up the game before, but
Yeah.
And the last sort of thing I wanted to bring up was
Tavares falling over.
Again.
Tavares
11
looks like
times.
he's struggling at times. Galchenyuk's looking really good. Nylander's looking really good. I
Yo,
think part
remember-
of the reason
sorry.
why they're looking so good, though, is because Tavares is there. Tavares looks like a little bit of a shadow of himself, but he's going to be a guy that's going
Tavares
to
is there
kill it in the
defensively.
playoffs.
Tavares is never on the wrong side of the puck.
No.
He's
And-
never on the wrong side
and
of the
he's
puck.
fucking unreal in the face-off dog.
And he's got, 10 points in the past
yeah,
5
yeah.
games?
Like,
he-
and Arling rag on him because he falls a lot. Just like I'm basically making it I'm
Yeah.
memeing it. But he's never on the the puck is never behind him. He's never chasing the play. He's never chasing a puck. He's always in front of the play.
he's such a smart hockey
Yeah.
player.
And that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for his
Yeah.
speed. You're not paying for him not falling over.
So he's at 46 points in 51 games,
That's
which
wicked.
is basically what
70
you kind
points
of
over a full season.
expect Tavares to be around. Maybe a bit more, but maybe a bit less.
Leafs power play has been shit too.
Should I do the math on that?
Yeah, that's if you want.
I think it's
How
right
many-
around
how many-
70 points.
How many points is it?
46 points in 51 games.
Okay, so he's at a 0.9, so times 82. So that's a 74-point pace.
Yeah, that's what I said. Right around 7.
Right around where you kind of expect
in an
him to
82
be.
game season.
That's really good, though. Like, that's top 50 in fantasy hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, yeah. Anything else you guys want to mention about the Leafs? Price, Anderson, just speaking of Montreal, both goalies are out, so it's kind of interesting to see.
Practicing, though.
Right, and I don't know if Price has.
Well, the thing, Leafs want to get Anderson in a few games before playoffs, too.
Yes.
So that's a sign that he's ready to go.
Mm-hmm. But it's just interesting that both of these teams, this is everyone expects this to be the first round matchup, and both of them don't have their number one
Also, rested
going.
and healthy goalies rest up, but if they're both rested and healthy, like it could be a fucking blank out of a series too. Like we saw what Price did last year.
Goalies are weird, man.
I know. We saw what Price
just because
did
you're
last
rested
year.
doesn't mean you're.
I know goalies are weird, but I can't take away
on
what
your
Price
game.
did last year and years before in the playoffs.
Price is weird because he could either shit the bed or he can steal a series,
Like,
or make it a.
I haven't stressed
Make
that
it
so
one.
like facing a goalie so hard.
Mark, how much beer was in your beer when you spiked your beer?
Too many. Like, no, seriously, watching Carey Price, man, like he's such like that playoff series against the Flyers was
that the
insane.
6-1 win or
Mark
whatever?
I don't know,
or
but
the
he got a
5-1 win.
touchdown.
Oh my god!
Spiked
When they
his beer.
slapped Philly, that was game 2, I think.
Yeah, it was an afternoon game because I know we were watching it in the garage, and you fucking.
Spiked his
Fucking
full
Carey
Pilsner.
Price. Carey Price put on a show that.
I think
game,
no, I
too.
think the beer was mostly gone because
I was up third. It was a solid amount
That's
of beer
what I
in
mean, like,
there.
yeah, but
of all
Tall can too.
yeah.
of all the goalies you want to face, don't want to face at the first round. It's like fuck, we got to play Carey Price. I know Matthews is down for it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think we're done with the Leafs for a minute. But you know who we were talking about there? We were talking about Alex Elder. Yo,
Edler.
Many
don't
tweets.
Give that name like praise.
So many tweets, man. That's what I got such a kick out of how many people rage tweeted and they got auto-corrected to Elder. I don't know if you saw how many. There's a lot.
Okay.
There was so
I was like,
many.
Don't give that guy praise, Nate. Don't give that name praise.
I'm not giving any praise.
Oh, you're just
You said
chirping.
that. It was that. No, there were so many posts that had it as Alex Elder.
What was everyone posting about?
Well, Mark's about to tell us.
What was it?
Mark has a list of
Oh,
things.
apparently, like Simmons broke the code for fighting Edler.
Okay, so you
So
wanna
wait,
explain this a bit?
wait. So a guy that takes a knee out of our guy
Yeah,
isn't allowed to own up.
Because he's never been in a fight in his NHL career.
which I didn't realize.
It's because he's
Either.
been a bitch and never
I'm-
owned
Oh.
up to his.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, have people not seen how dirty this guy is in his entire career?
how dirty is he, Mark? Tell us.
So he's ran Mike Smith twice. First of all, you're a defenseman. How have you ran a goalie twice in your career? When he's been suspended for?
Okay. Really?
Yep. He ran Mike Smith when he was on Arizona. 2-game suspension.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Look it up, man.
Oh.
He
I don't
literally
believe it. I'm just asking how.
decapitated Eric Stahl's knee in the
Decapitated
in the World
his knee.
Championships.
Was that the World Championships?
Yeah.
That was in the Canada one?
Yeah.
Or the World Cup of Hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. This was like in 2012.
Okay, so
20
okay.
like
While ago.
let's see. He tried to take off Hurdle's head when he was already first to the puck. He earlier this year
Hurdle's
he ran
insane.
Matthew Tkachuk from behind open ice and the puck was nowhere near Tkachuk.
Yeah, but he deserves that.
Yeah, Tkachuk deserves
True.
nobody
He still did it though. Edler
Yeah.
still did it.
In the playoffs in Game 6 of the Cup Finals, he ran Peverly's head into the boards on a close like.
I think
played
I
to a
remember
puck.
that. That was the Boston.
Peverly's reaching for a
Vancouver.
puck, doesn't even come close to the puck. Edler is doesn't even give a shit about where the puck is.
Yeah.
And he has an angle, he has a line to the puck to beat Peverly as well, as it is. Just takes his head right into the boards. Like, he's been suspended 3 times now. Like, he got his due from Simmons, man.
And that was his first NHL fight.
Yeah, like, the dude has been dirty for fucking years, man. His
And
whole
just-
entire career.
And just been getting away with it.
He's just been getting away with it.
I
Well, he
don't-
hasn't because he's been suspended. But
Well, you're exactly, but he's been getting away with it from
he's thrown a lot of good
hockey
hits.
accountability
He's
standpoint.
thrown a lot of good hits, but he's been
But he
he's
crosses
thrown a
the
lot
line
of
a
dirty
lot.
hits, man.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, he's
people give Wilson shit for the shit he's done.
Tom Wilson.
Like
Yep.
I think Edler's a dirtier player than Wilson. Like, I'm putting it out there.
I just like him because he's a block machine.
Oh, he's a fantasy god, but like I think Edler's a dirtier player than Tom Wilson.
He like averages over a penalty minute a game, over a couple hits.
Sounds like he earns
couple
that.
blocks, couple shots. Like he's just across the board for a banger. Unreal.
So what did people have a problem with? Simmons, a guy that has
fought a guy
90,
who had
100
no
fights on
fights.
his card versus a guy that has never fought.
But if you watch the video, Simmons is like, "You ready to go?" Like he asked Edler if he wants to fight. Simmons throws his glove down. Simmons doesn't even grab Edler till Edler throws his gloves down either.
No, the fight wasn't cheap.
It was a consensual fight.
Yeah.
Like Edler didn't have to take the fight.
No.
Like Simmons wasn't going to grab him if he said no.
But who is going to fight Edler other than Simmons on the Leafs? Like Muzzin? But that's a defenseman versus defenseman.
You
Like
could
they
have
had to go out
had
of the way to
what's
do
his
that.
face in Sabrin in.
Sabrin's
but,
also
like,
a fighter.
that would be
Sabrin was
worse.
just. Yeah, I think
That would be worse.
That'd be worse.
I
if you,
agree with
if
you guys.
you dress the guy just to fight
Just
him,
to
That's
that.
worse. No, I agree. I agree.
Like Simmons
That's
is
worse.
in the lineup. This is his job.
Yeah. Well, why do you think the Leafs signed Simmons? I said the Leafs are going to sign
got it,
Simmons
yeah.
for this exact reason.
And I will respect Edler because he took the fight.
Oh, exactly.
Took the hits.
And BX has said it the best way. It's done. Like, nothing else is going to happen because that's how you finish
It's
something
settled.
that happened.
Books
it's
closed.
settled.
Yep.
Books closed. Nothing dirty happened out of the dirty hit Edler did. The Leafs didn't take it past a certain point.
Nope.
And BX is a Vancouver guy, too.
He played a lot of
played
his
a lot
career with Edler.
And he was just like,
Elder,
he
Alex
basically
Elder.
said Edler got his due. Basically what BX has said.
So what's the whole kerfuffle about?
I don't know. Vancouver fans think Simmons was dirty for
Fucking
fighting him.
Zoomers not knowing hockey.
Yeah, basically.
Maybe I don't.
Like, he fought more. He's fighting.
You know the
more
Boomers
than
liked it
Edler.
because it was a fight, so it's all the Zoomers.
Hey,
then.
get Scarborough get
Yeah.
beaten up a year
You saw,
Ben.
like, I
They
couldn't-
both got their visors on.
It's like, wow. It's like, man. It's like,
Does Simmons wear a visor? No.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just Thornton that doesn't on the squad.
Cool.
Yeah, I was just like, man, that was
no.
like,
Bogosian doesn't. Bogosian doesn't.
that was like, but that was just, it was, I'll call it old school hockey, but like, that's how things got settled. Like, Ian, you said in the garage yesterday, I was like, that could have been settled a lot worse. That would have been settled a lot worse, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Oh, the guy would have been jumped after he made the neon knee
Yeah,
hit, and
like, that would've
probably
been
would have been pounded to the ice.
That would have been settled a lot worse, like 30 years
Yeah.
ago.
for sure.
So like,
You know what?
I just happy that the Leafs team toughness was nice there.
Yeah, I didn't really follow it too much, as much as some other people did, obviously. But yeah, I didn't think too much of it because I don't think there was much there. The guy, yeah, he fought, cool, great. Yeah, it was maybe a bit of a mismatch, but it's not a height mismatch.
It's 100% a fight mismatch, but like Edler knew he had to take it. He took it. He got fucking pounded.
Yeah, earlier in the week, Matt Martin ran somebody on Washington and
Didn't see it.
I
believe you.
It was from behind. It was meh. But
Questionable.
Even Martin, like, he's checking if the guy's okay, and Chara's like, "You're not checking if my guy's okay. We're fighting." Like, Chara was like, "We're going," and Matt Martin was like,
All
dropped
right.
him with Chara. Twice they fought this year, Martin and Chara.
Jeez.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where like
Settle it right there.
they settled it right there, and
It's clean.
it was clean after
yeah.
that.
Gotcha.
The Washington player wasn't hurt, but Chara was just like, "You're not doing this to my teammate."
Yeah, the accountability of it.
Yeah.
So you're running around. If you're gonna be a little bit reckless, like you run that risk, and then you gotta.
Yeah, but if you're gonna run that risk, you gotta fight. Like that's basically that was
Yeah.
like, and also with playoffs coming around the corner, the Caps and Islanders might play each other, and that's like Chara just like putting the Islanders in their place as well.
Yes.
It was just cool. It's just the team aspect is good to see, and like going into the playoffs, you want a team that's got each other's back as well.
Yeah, I think that more than anything, I think that's the one thing that people forget about the Leafs is they got this toughness not for the regular season per se, but for the playoffs.
Yeah, like
And-
it shouldn't take Spezza like last year.
Yeah, that should never have happened.
Exactly.
It did, but
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Well, now they got someone else to do it.
right. And I mean, I don't know how
But-
much
but
Foligno
hopefully-
fights, but he got that scrappiness.
There's
Same with
couple-
Hyman,
hopefully somebody like
Bogosian,
Matthews
Muzzin.
or Nylander throw a few punches at a guy in a playoff thing.
Maybe.
Who was it? Matthews threw a nice hit yesterday.
He hits a lot, actually.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many hits he has.
Yeah, but anybody
people-
over the age
people-
of 50
No,
disagrees
it
with
wasn't
you,
that. It was like a rub out hit. It was like he took a took a decent run and like put him into the boards. Good hit.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't know who it was, but like I was like, oh, all right.
Because maybe they did something earlier in the game to deserve
he's
it.
a big guy. He throws his body more than I think a lot of people give him credit for.
Yeah.
So
Did you get that nice?
I think that's part of the. I think it's just part of them playing good defense, and yeah, he'll finish his check once in a while, but
he's at 51 hits on the year, more than a hit per game. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm surprised Tavares is at 44. Actually,
Tavares is a grindy man. I think he'd have more.
it's a little tougher though if they're playing center. There's a little bit more responsibility defensively.
Yeah.
So-
you can't chase the hit when you're playing center.
Yeah, you just got to anticipate the pucks there. So when those big hits happen, it's anticipation more than running around.
Exactly. Like Matthew, like when Matthews threw this hit, like he was way ahead of the play when he hit him. Like he knew he was gonna get the guy good.
And he usually does. Even McDavid. I know McDavid has thrown some dirtier hits this year,
I don't
but
think he just knows how to hit properly.
Well, that's true.
he can just use his speed to hit someone.
But even then, there's been a lot of open ice.
He's never been
hits, too.
he's probably never been needed to learn how to hit.
No, he knows how to do it. I think he just gets tired of getting people getting sticked and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
too.
he takes the same thing with like Crosby. They take so much abuse out there.
What about the amount of cross checks Matthews takes?
Oh, fucking the one that Tavares took yesterday from Myers. It was like on and
It wasn't even a
offside. It was
fucking
delayed
penalty.
offside. And
Delayed offside.
fucking
And Myers just
cross-checks
finishes him in the board
and then tries
if he's okay. And then Galchenyuk is trying to grab Myers. I was like, good for Galchenyuk, like just stepping in
He's
there
scrappy
immediately.
too. Yeah, I like that scrappiness. Well, Galchenyuk is exactly what we thought Jimmy Vesey could be.
Yeah,
VC was shit yesterday. It was funny.
I kind of hope the Leafs kind of.
Hope hang on to him.
Yeah, if he wants to sign a team-friendly deal, but I think he's going to get a multi-year somewhere. I think the Leafs would only want to sign him to a 1 year. I think he'll get a multi-year somewhere.
Maybe I'd sign him for a couple if he signs for a low number.
Yeah, if he wants to sign for a low number, but I think he can get more money if he on a multi-year somewhere else.
Yeah, if he wants to be here, he'll be
The Leafs
here.
are too up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
and there's
that's
a lot
what
of
they'll
guys
say
in
to
that
him.
boat. Yeah,
Hyman has earned his right to go get a big paycheck.
Yeah, we'll go down that rabbit hole another time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it now.
But you're right. Yeah, you're right. We've already talked about that a few times. Okay, let's do a 7th inning stretch, Ian.
Yep.
Well, a lot of us are at home. It's a little bit difficult to get exercise, but what shouldn't be difficult is staying hydrated. Right, Ian?
Yeah.
We're close to a tap at all times, but only about a quarter of us drink the daily recommended amount of water. So drink some water. Water's good for you. We're lucky in Canada. We have a lot of water. We might also just have the oldest water. Let me quickly share an article Mark found in Maclean's this week. Ian, have you heard of the Canadian Shield?
I do read.
Mark reads
Sometimes.
Maclean's. Mark reads Maclean's.
I like big numbers.
You guys have heard of the Canadian Shield, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't, for those listening, the Canadian Shield is the ancient geological core of North America. And you'd think the oldest rocks on Earth would also house the oldest water on Earth.
Sure.
Now we know for sure. A recent water sample has been dated as 1.6 billion years old. 1.6 billion. That's the oldest water ever found.
I can't comprehend
I don't have
what
that many
existed back
fingers.
then.
Yeah, so here's a comparable. So we often hear fossils are millions of years old, for instance. Some of the oldest estimated dinosaur fossils are 140 million years old. T-Rex fossils are only 67 million years old. And the Leafs Stanley Cup drought is only 54 years. So
Damn, one seems like longer than the others.
yes, so this water,
The Leaf joke, right?
Yeah.
this water is 10 times older than the oldest dinosaur fossils we've ever uncovered. The sample of 1.6 billion year old water was taken near Timmins, Ontario, inside the Kidd Creek mine, and 2.4 kilometers underground by University of Toronto geochemist Barbara Sherwood Lawler. Timmins is located in northern Ontario, and that mine, which is still actively mining zinc and copper, is one of the deepest in the world. The journey from the surface to where the sample is taken is about an hour long, and that includes a couple of elevators and a train ride deep inside the Canadian Shield. 1.6 billion year old water, not recommended for
and
drinking.
We can't get a fucking another transit line in Toronto.
Not recommended for drinking, but when studied closely, it was home to some microbial life just hanging in there consuming the hydrogen and sulfate, which poses a question If life dates back as old as this water and can be found far inside some of the oldest rock on our planet, what about the other rocks in our solar system? How deep does life trickle down into the Earth's crust? And what about the Martian subsurface? Elon's getting his shovels ready. So this article is written by Nick Taylor VC and was published in the Maclean's magazine online thing on April 27th, so just recently. And another friendly reminder to drink some water. Playoff things are coming up. So the playoffs start mid-May. Looking at the schedule, the Leafs play their last game Friday, May 14th against the Jets. That's the last scheduled game. The Canucks are scheduled to go 15, 16, 18, 19 of May, but the Canucks may or may not be.
Might not even matter.
Yeah, like we don't know. Like,
yeah, it's
and I think
speculative.
I think those last 3 games are like all Calgary as well or something.
So
So if they're out of it,
all
both
those
teams are out of it.
those 4, the times are TBD. They don't even have like time scheduled. Yeah. So we're going to go through the standings, and because the playoff picture is starting to unfold a little bit, and it's a little interesting. If you sort of look at what the playoff matchups could be, you're also seeing some of these teams actually play each other in the last week and a bit. So we think that'll be interesting. Where do you guys want to start? Which division do you want to start with?
I'm interested in which one is it? The one with Tampa, Carolina,
Central.
and Florida. Yeah, it's
Central.
basically a battle to not finish second and third. Like if you don't finish first, you're playing either one of Tampa, Carolina, and Florida.
Yeah, that's all the teams are separated by 2
But
points
also,
each.
if you finish first, you could be playing the Cup finalists.
So the
Dallas.
Hurricanes are at 75. Panthers have 2 more games played than either the other 2 at 73, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are at 71. So Panthers only have 3 games left.
I'm also going to shout out to Mark. He kind of called the only team I think about winning the division besides Tampa was Carolina.
Mark, you said that every time. You say that like the past 6 weeks.
I like pumping my tires.
But that hasn't happened yet, though.
I know.
But it might. We didn't disagree with you. You just want to blurt it out.
I'm also interested because Dallas has been catching up to the fourth spot.
Let's go there first.
That would be interesting to see the Cup finalist as like the bottom seed in that division.
I mean, a first round matchup that was the Cup final
would be insane.
Would be crazy.
Yeah,
like that hasn't ever happened.
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
too.
that'd be nuts. I watched Predators Stars last night because they played 0-0 through regulation.
Yeah, Yannick Khudobin.
Preds won in overtime.
Yeah,
so that was unreal.
It was a good start.
Yeah, it was a great start.
Yeah, well, still putting up a.
Was it like the game good though?
The game was good.
Okay,
good game. Yeah, I watched part of the after the Leaf game. I flipped it on, so I saw some of the second and the third, and a good game. Predators just don't have any upper end scoring talents. They got to score a way a baseball team has to manufacture runs without hitting home runs.
How'd Tolvanen look?
Pretty good. He's on the top line. Forsberg is back. Forsberg's back too.
Looking into him because finals week.
Yeah. He's
across the board guy.
Forsberg's looking good. Tolvanen's looking good, and I think they are on either side of Ryan Johansson.
How's Johansson? Is he kind of bouncing back?
Duchene's looking better than Johansson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I picked up Duchene this week too.
Duchene's on the
got me
second
a couple points.
Yeah.
So Nashville has 2 against Columbus, 2 against Carolina.
Nashville plays 4 times this week?
They have 4 games left.
That's their last 4 games, not this week.
Yeah. So those 2 against the Jackets are really important. Obviously because the Hurricanes, if the Hurricanes have clinched, maybe that last game might not mean anything for the Hurricanes, but might mean something for the Predators. Whereas the Stars, I think the Stars also have 2 against a weaker team, 2 against a stronger team.
They got 1 against Panthers, 2 against Lightning, 2 against Blackhawks.
So you assume the Blackhawks are going to play them tough. The Predators have an easier schedule.
Still in it, kind of, right?
The Blackhawks are at 50. So if the Blackhawks win out, they can make it. Yes.
Oh, they fall.
But Dallas and Nashville have to lose out too.
Predators with 2 more points. The Predators, 2 or 3 more points. The Predators can eliminate the Blackhawks.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So Nashville basically has a 1. I'm calling Dallas wins. I'm saying 52. Like if Dallas gets their 52 game played, I'm saying they're going to win. So 57-58 against Nashville.
Yeah. So the Preds are in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the Preds win, obviously, because I'm a Preds fan. But I mean,
Dallas has 13 overtime losses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd be so mad as a Preds fan if for that reason. Like, why are you getting an extra point for sucking?
Yes. Yes. I don't think the Preds are going to do anything. I think
Nashville
whoever
has 7 more wins than them.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow.
And you know what? That's really the only playoff race. Those 2 teams is really the only playoff race. All the other races are for seeding. So
yeah, Arizona's has too many games played to St. Louis.
So here's a heads up.
In the West?
Florida, Tampa.
Yeah.
We're still in the Central. Florida, Tampa. That's a potential matchup. They play each other 2 more times. They play May 8 and May 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a playoff preview. And that might just be for home ice. Like that could be like a 2 versus 3 matchup. Home ice in quotation. Well, they have fans in the stands, actually.
But they're both in Florida.
Last change, man.
No, last change is huge. I'm just like making the joke that they're both in Florida.
I know they can drive from one to the other. I mean, not really. They're a little far, but it's a quick
few hours.
Hop, skip, and they're not gonna sit there. They're gonna fly. They're gonna get up. They're gonna fly. They're gonna fly. They're gonna be at level for 2 minutes and then drop back down. So, I think any of those 3 teams, 100%. You want to win that division because you want to be playing the Predators, the Stars. Any of those 3 teams, Hurricanes, Panthers, and Lightning, outclass.
I want to play the Predators. I don't want to play the Stars.
Maybe.
Same.
Yeah, just from a playoff perspective, I think the Predators are a better team, but I think Dallas has the more likelihood to do some playoff damage. I don't think either of them can beat any of those 3 teams in a playoff series.
I think Dallas would give it a better series.
And I think you come out a little bit more banged up just because I think Dallas has a little bit. Well, the Predators are chippy too, but
Predators are bad dirty.
But I think the Stars just have that as well.
Well, Stars have been there more recent.
Yeah, they know how to play that. Although they don't have Corey Perry anymore. They don't have. Who knows what's going on with Tyler Seguin? Should be back. I think Bishop won't.
Bishop won't. But
Dallas is doing their number 1 center.
They said five days ago he's close to returning.
Right. They're number 1 and 2 because nobody knows when Hintz is playing.
Yeah.
If you look at Hintz the wrong way, he's day to day, man. He is day to day.
I think he's healthy right now. I don't know.
And Carolina
breaks more than my phone.
Yeah, Carolina, Nashville. They also, like you mentioned, they play each other on the 8th and 10th. So those are 2 Central Division playoff previews that if you're in playoff pools and you just want to see how these teams match up, I know it's late in the year, but those teams are going to be playing each other. So those are some games to just at least watch the highlights for and just see how those teams stack up against each other. You guys go to the Central?
Yep.
I think so. For sure. The Blue Jackets are probably going to finish last.
Yeah, they're worse than Detroit right now.
Wow.
They're only 2 back.
They're 2 back, but
they're still worse than the Detroit.
Even if they do finish in front of them, it's like
still hilarious.
Poo garbage. Let's go to the East here. So because it's the next one on the NHL.
3 teams
website.
clinched as well.
I'm happy because we're going to the East. Sorry.
Pittsburgh Capitals, Islanders are all clinched.
Toronto division.
Usually. So it's really down to the Bruins clinching. They can clinch with a couple points, I think. Like another game. Well, the Rangers only have 4 games left.
Rangers have to win out to tie Boston right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. So if they're
Boston needs 1 point.
Or the Rangers just lose a point somewhere
lose
they
a game.
clinch. So it's really what's interesting are the matchups. So Washington and Boston, they play each other on the 11th, which is one of the last games of the regular season for them. It might be the last game.
There could be a lot
of
of movement in this division still.
Yes. You know what? Any of these teams, really, because Boston's
at 66 and Pittsburgh's at 71, 5 points apart.
And Boston has the fewest games played.
Yeah.
So all of those teams could still move. What matchups are you guys?
Anything without the Islanders is going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, you don't want to watch the
Islanders.
Islanders?
Fun playoff team to watch, though.
No, they're annoying to watch.
Mark, why do you like watching them?
They just play good hockey. They don't fuck up.
And Ian, why don't you like watching them?
Because they're boring.
Because you're boring.
Yeah, it's like he likes goals. I like watching a 1-0 baseball game.
Sure.
I like watching a 1-0 hockey game.
I hate watching a number 1-0.
But if a team's playing good defense and the game is not bad and sloppy, I find that hot hockey's great.
No, as you could have. Well, it's like the Predators and Stars last night. A 0-0 hockey game, but it's back and forth both ways. I totally agree. As long as it's entertaining. And so, Mark, who would you want the Islanders to match up against? Like,
I don't
ideally.
really care. I just like any of those matchups are going to be good.
Okay, cool. Ian, any matchups stand out for you?
I'm very excited to watch all those 4 teams.
I prefer to. I don't know. Right now, I don't I hate Boston and Pittsburgh. So
Yeah, okay.
I hate both teams. as
well, I like Pittsburgh, but I don't like them at the same time.
It'd be nice if those two teams played each other, and at least one of them knocks each other out. But if they're not playing each other and they both get knocked out, I'm a good big thumbs up for that.
I really want to see. Okay, so the same way that I've been talking about watching Hurricanes Panthers, I really want to see Hurricanes Panthers get matched up against each other, either this round or next. This division, I think it'd be really cool to see Ovechkin go against Crosby.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the twilights, kind of like at the twilight of their career.
Someone was saying
in quotations.
Yeah, exactly. There's an article out there. I can't remember where it was from. I just sort of skimmed
It's been
through it.
I think 8 years since they faced each other.
And
since Ovechkin won the cup.
This could be one of the last times it happens, just because of how divisions and everything. Like, you never know. It could happen next year. It could happen like for the next 3. But I just want to see them. I just think that classic Pittsburgh Capitals matchup, I think that'd be really cool.
I didn't even think of that. That'd be wicked.
At some point.
Like, I'm down for whoever plays. Like, I'm all for those. Like, whatever outcome is in that division.
You guys want to know what's
are going to be great.
Want to know what's weird as well? Chris Letang's missed 1 game this year.
Damn.
Good for him.
Yo.
And what? He's put almost like a point per game.
He's 41 and 51. Yeah.
What's his Yahoo rank? Because I know we had him up there in the Yahoo rank.
I'm pretty sure I said if he stays healthy, he's going to be unreal.
I'm going to pull it up. I have it here. Oh, fuck. I flipped right to the page. Okay, hang on. Where did I have... Hang on. I had Chris Letang. 7. Amy had him 6. Mark had him 9. Ian had Chris Letang as his 11th ranked defenseman.
I love Letang, man.
That's crazy. Yeah.
He's
cool stat.
He's so fucking underrated, dude. Like,
just because he's always injured.
He does not get the love that he
no
deserves.
one does other than Crosby. Even, you know what? Crosby hasn't even gotten the love he deserves this season.
I know.
Or even the past couple, because everyone has a boner about
yeah.
McDoink and Matthews.
Yeah, and he's doing it without Malkin again.
Is Malkin going to be back for playoffs?
I hope so. I hope he's back. He's been practicing. Like non-contact, like full contact and everything. So I'm hoping he's back this week because he's sitting on my IR.
Tristan Jarry has been sneaky good recently too. A lot of people dropped Jarry early in the fantasy year, and I grabbed him just kind of like, this is a top
Pittsburgh's gonna win.
7 goaltender.
Pittsburgh's gonna win.
Just because Pittsburgh's gonna win. He's gonna get it together. It was crazy how many people dropped him, so I just snapped him up just for whatever reason, and he's been really good lately. So is Varlamov on the Islanders. Like, all those teams have good. The team that doesn't have goaltending in that division is really Washington, and that might ultimately. But I think
they have the best team in front, like on ice.
Agreed. The deepest.
Yeah.
Top end line. The best top line are the Bruins.
Trade's been wicked too.
The Bruins also have those 2 lines.
Dude, the Hall and Krejci have been unreal together.
And Craig Smith got a hat trick the other day.
Krejci got 3 assists.
Yeah.
It's Hall, Krejci, and Smith.
That's amazing. They have that. Boston has. They haven't really had a 1-2 punch that is really dangerous. They got it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Boston, so
it's nice having 2 first lines.
That's literally what it is. 2 first lines, and Washington sort of has that too.
Yeah, we're getting Mantha.
Mm-hmm. Who's on that Washington second line?
Oshie, Mantha, and Kuznetsov.
Kuznetsov or Backstrom, whichever they flip back.
And then you got Ovi, Wilson, and center.
Yeah.
And center.
Backstrom, Kuznetsov. It doesn't matter. Like you plug any of those guys anywhere.
I just want to see the line combinations. I want to see what the line combos are for the Islanders, because they're the only two. Because every team in that division has it's like a
identity,
twin-headed dragon sort of up front. You have the top 2 lines in Washington sick, Boston sick, Pittsburgh.
If Malkin was in,
if Malkin's there,
the Islanders just run 4 deep.
I think so. That's so. From that perspective, that makes them completely unique.
And watching them play against the Flyers last year in the playoffs, that's exactly how they played. And Barzal is.
So Varlamov also has under 2 goals against.
I think going into the playoffs, though, Barzal is the best player going into the playoffs. Though of the 4 teams,
I don't know.
Crosby's
been really good.
Crosby.
Once the playoff starts, man, take time to watch the Islanders and Barzal.
I know how good. Well, when that playoff series against Philadelphia, Barzal, you noticed Barzal on the ice, even though he didn't do anything because they shut him down. He was dangerous all the time.
They didn't really shut him.
They did.
Dude carried the play though. Like
he carried the play, but he didn't score. It was the other guys scoring.
Yeah.
Other lines. So the Islanders have Barzal on the first line with Komarov and Eberle.
Well, yeah, you knew Eberle was playing.
Elite first line left winger.
Leo Komarov.
Former All-Star Leo Komarov.
Toronto Maple Leaf legend, Marley legend.
Well, that used to be Anders Lee there, right?
Yeah, Brock Nilsson with Bavillier and Bailey. That's the
Bavilliers
second line.
Okay,
They
he
don't
looked
even-
good
Where
last
did they
year.
have?
Pajot's third line with Palmieri and Wallstrom.
And then Zajak's their fourth line center.
No, Cizikas with Martin and Clutterbuck.
Where's Zajac?
I'm looking.
Is he injured?
Boychuk? No, they got Boychuk and Lee injured. Where's Zajac? What the fuck?
Where's Zajac?
That's a good question, man. I'm looking. I don't know.
He's on the taxi squad.
Daily Faceoff does not have him listed here. Do they have the taxi squad? I don't know if they have the taxi squad, man.
Go to Yahoo. Type him in on Yahoo.
No, you do that.
I'm doing
Ian's
that
got
right
Yahoo
now.
open.
No, I don't.
You were just looking at your fantasy shit.
No, I don't.
Fucking liar.
Zajac.
Has he been a healthy scratch? Game logs.
Yeah, he's been a healthy scratch.
Shoot.
Oh, he played.
That's depth. Okay,
Played the
that's depth.
27th was his last game.
Yeah, he's been a healthy scratch the last two.
Wow. Okay.
2 shutouts for the Islanders against the Rangers.
Yep. That's for sure. Okay, I'm going to go back to the NHL. Okay, so
Canada or next one?
let's go. Let's keep rolling through there. What's the next one? The West? The West.
We can do the West.
West. Is it?
I'm pumped for another Minnesota-Colorado series.
I was going to ask, is that inevitable? Those are pretty locked
It's
in.
not inevitable.
But I think this will be the third
close.
time in 5 years or 4 years that Minnesota and Colorado are playing each
I think
other
it's
in
the
the
10th
playoffs.
time in 5 years.
They played each other a lot of times in the playoffs, and
Yeah,
there's a budding
commonplace.
rivalry there just because, and I'm kind of excited for that.
It's the most dynamic Wild team that they've had so far. And
Yeah.
They have 2 goaltenders deep, which is something that
They finally have a superstar.
Colorado
Kaprizov.
doesn't. Yeah, I don't think.
No, he's not a superstar yet, but he's potential superstar.
I
Kaprizov.
just think. I agree.
he's not McKinnon.
It's nowhere
I think
close.
Colorado's going to eliminate him. They're just going to eliminate him.
Yeah, but I think Minnesota's going to give him a series.
More than before, yeah.
Minnesota's beat them in a series before, though. Recently.
We just got a 2-run dinger by. Who is that?
Simeon!
Simeon.
Let's go! I have him on my fantasy team. Burn! Boathorn.
Shortstop, second base eligible. Marcus Simeon. The Golden Knights and the St. Louis Blues play each other a couple times. They're coming up on the 7th and 8th of May. So if you want a potential playoff preview, if you are...
St.
if you-
Louis needs those wins.
If you subscribe to the idea that Avalanche and Minnesota, like Mark and I were talking about, are going to play each other because that's right where they're pegged to be. St. Louis is not... St. Louis has 7 games left. That's 3 more than the Coyotes, and they're 3 points up. So
that's
St. Louis
true, yeah.
has to suck and the Coyotes have to do really well in order to make it. So
And let's hope neither happens.
no, yeah, we don't want to.
yeah, we
see
want
the
St.
Coyotes
Louis
there.
in the playoffs.
The
It'll
NHL
just
would be
be-
better if St. Louis Blues are in
Yeah,
there.
it'll
And
just be more.
St. Louis, Vegas. That's a much more.
It's a sexier
Compelling.
matchup. Than,
Considering how bad Binnington's stats were at the start of the year, he's at a .909 save percentage now, so that's probably around league average.
yeah,
Yeah, he's been doing a lot better.
it's all right.
I think of any division. Well, I mean the Canadian one too, but I think these playoff matchups. You could almost start doing our playoff predictions now. Not quite, but start kind of getting them in mind.
Or Colorado
You can
can still
analyze them
pass
deeper.
Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. You can start putting a little more time into the
Matchup.
Well,
Exactly.
next week we could probably do it.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing really. I don't really know what to talk about here. I'm excited to see Colorado. I picked Colorado to
Like Colorado,
do stuff.
Wait. Colorado has
And by do
Sharks
stuff, I mean
twice, Kings 4 times in their last seven games.
They could win out.
Oh, they could win out and pass Vegas.
And
What
they
is
played
Vegas?
Vegas once.
What does Vegas have there, Ian? That's a
Oh.
big game. That's a 4-point.
Yeah, that's a 4-point. Yeah, could be it. So Colorado's got a chance.
And they're 4 points apart. Yeah, Vegas.
want Colorado,
Vegas
Minnesota,
has
though.
Wild twice, Blues twice, and then Colorado, and then the Sharks. So they have no easy game really.
The
The Sharks
Mark, if Colorado played Minnesota, would you consider taking Minnesota in a playoff series? Picking them?
against Colorado now.
Yeah. My ultimate question is there anything stopping Colorado and Vegas going in the second round?
I don't think so. Fuck.
And Ian, what do you think? Is there anything stopping Colorado and Vegas from meeting in the second round?
Injuries, COVID.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
but no, Ian's
Outside
not
of
wrong.
hockey, outside of the ring, because that could happen to any team. You're not wrong.
That's it.
Colorado's played Minnesota well in their matchups from what I've watched, but like,
Colorado's played Minnesota well, or Minnesota's played Colorado well?
Colorado's played Minnesota well.
Okay.
But like it's just the play. Like you can't predict hockey playoffs, and like, well, you can, but I would want to see Minnesota beat Colorado.
Just want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't see
So
it
that's
happening.
one of those ones. That's sort of my boat too. You're cheering for Minnesota, but you pick Colorado.
Kind of.
Yeah, I got
But
you.
like, I couldn't pick Colorado if I'm cheering for Minnesota. I'd still pick Minnesota.
Oh, you can't pick one cheer for another?
Yeah.
Just kind of
I'm
scrolling
gambling. I'm going all in, man.
scrolling through it. It's like a close game or Colorado blows them out of the water.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's kind of like the Leafs versus Boston shit. Like, the Leafs could give them games and beat them, but
You know Boston's going to win.
Boston's going to win.
Because fuck.
Because it's fucking Boston.
Okay, let's go to the North. The
Where
North
one
Division.
team has clinched.
The Toronto Maple Leafs. First time that the Leafs have clinched a playoff spot since 1967. That's a fact. Look it up. First time they've clinched a playoff series since 1967. You heard it here first.
I don't believe you.
Nope. First time since 1967. Leafs have been in the playoffs since 1967. Toronto's 71 points. They are 9, like Ian mentioned before, they're 9 up on the Oilers.
I'm just hell of excited for a Toronto-Montreal fucking playoff series.
It's looking like that.
That's the only thing I care about.
Montreal could pass
I've
Winnipeg.
waited my whole life
True.
for this series, or the history of the series.
When was the last time it happened?
93.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
1967.
67.
92 or 93. Montreal won the cup that year.
54 years ago. Thank you to my 7th inning stretch research.
But I'm just the history and like we've
100%.
We've never seen a play like it's
No.
And it's always been a rivalry that like
it's existed.
Yeah,
It's existed for like
a century.
for hockey.
For a century.
Would you be upset if it was the Leafs Jets? Because that's possible too.
I don't want the
down
Jets
for
to
that
beat
in the
them up.
second round.
Okay.
I want Jets to go fight Oilers, let them figure their shit out over there, and then Leafs will play whoever
I want
second round.
McDavid versus Matthews in the second round.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah.
That's okay. The McDavid versus Matthews is the new Ovechkin versus Crosby, which I think would be really cool. Just
What
having
happened
them
to
both going
McKinnon?
at the same time.
You guys at the start of the year was like, oh yeah, McKinnon can be exactly where McDavid is.
McKinnon isn't advertised the way Matthews and McDavid
Yeah, it's not
are.
the same. Yeah, he's not. in
NBC
Canada.
had an Edmonton-Toronto game like prime time.
Well,
Like
the Leaf Montreal game was prime time.
No, it wasn't. It was just shift change. I looked it up. There was a game on NBC. Minnesota-Colorado was the primetime game for
Why
that.
the hell was our game at 8 then?
I don't know.
That was weird. Yeah.
I think McKinnon's still sick at fantasy. It's just that we don't see and hear from him. It's just not possible.
Yeah, just 24 points difference. No big deal.
Yeah, fuck that. So, I think these other teams have a shot. The Flames are a mess. The Flames don't look like they don't even want to make the playoffs.
No, but you know what? I don't think any of the teams have a shot to get in. I thought Vancouver could have if they got a couple wins coming back from their COVID shit.
Yeah, this screwed them up. They've had a shit week.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Ottawa, right? They lost to Ottawa in the Leafs
that loss
twice.
to Ottawa was basically the crucifix.
The dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think out of the Canadian division, I think any team can win. Like
Oh, you mean like come through?
come through. Even Montreal
Out of those 4
with a healthy Carey Price.
with healthy teams, yeah, in general.
Okay.
And they might be getting Gallagher back too for playoffs.
True. So here's a question. Broad question. All divisions are up here. Which division is the most wide open? Do you think it's the North? In terms of the fourth seed could come through. Like which? Like
No, I think
we basically say
it's the East.
Colorado, Vegas.
I think it's the East.
Colorado, Vegas are kind of like we assume those are locks. So you don't.
Yeah,
assume
East is
St. Louis,
pretty
Minnesota coming
ridiculous.
through.
Yeah, the East is so even that the fourth seed beating the first seed is not an upset.
Baseball.
Right. So yeah, the fourth seed right now are the Bruins.
Yeah.
It could be the Islanders.
Yeah.
It very much could be
if
the
anybody
Islanders.
of those teams beat anybody, it's not an upset. It's just going to be good playoff play.
I think the only team that I could see being calling it a complete an upset would be the Islanders. But is it really an upset because they made it to the finals?
Islanders were at
the conference finals
last year.
Yeah, Islanders are a good team. They just fucking boring to watch.
They're just not sexy.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Barry Trotz hockey, man.
Yeah.
Greg watched it a lot when he was watching Nashville.
Nashville Predators.
But man, that's how you win games, man. Is good. Like that's that's how you win hockey games, man.
This will be the Jack Daniels in hand podcast if the Nashville Predators make the playoffs.
You know what's funny? The Jack Daniels distillery is in like a dry like county in Nashville
Safer there.
or in Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
It's pretty funny because my parents have been to the distillery.
The Jack Daniels distillery.
Pretty cool. No, yeah, I think the East is the most wide open, but I think
more than
the biggest
the North.
upset could happen in the Canadian because like Leafs have leafed.
It's not really an upset at this point. They still haven't been out of the first round.
Looking at the Leafs on paper, there's no way they should be losing to any of these teams.
We've seen the Leafs leaf many times in our, not even like many times in the last half decade.
Mark, since 1967, they haven't won. They haven't been in the playoffs.
Yes, they have.
No.
Yes.
Not once.
Yes, they have.
Nope. 1967, man. That's what everyone tells me. Everyone tells me 1967. 1967.
Have you been in a coma for like
since 1967? 1967. 1967.
And then
okay, anything else you guys want to add to this debacle?
If you're not watching the Blue Jays, start watching them. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Right,
they're about to sweep the fucking Atlanta Braves, who are probably one of the favorites to potentially win the World Series this year.
True.
They made Freeman look like an idiot, and that's hard to do.
Like a silly goose.
Over a 3-game series, which is fucking beautiful. Acuna didn't do anything. Like, the Jays are good. People start watching them, man.
Acuna, one of the best players in Major
Freeman
League
won the
Baseball.
MVP last year.
And Freeman. And who's that guy on second base?
Oh, Ozzy Albies?
He's not bad either.
He's
not bad either.
Yeah, and they got Marcelo Osuna as well.
They're good.
Yeah.
Jays are better this weekend.
The Jays are about to sweep
and
a
who's
really
the big guy?
Fucking good Pablo Sandoval.
Still can hit the ball.
And
Still
they got
fucking
Dansby Swanson as shortstop.
Yeah.
Like
the crazy part about baseball though is a team that wins 2 of 3 games all season would basically break records.
Yeah.
If you have a 66% win percentage, you basically are like a record-setting team. That's how close baseball teams are.
Yeah.
So I mean, sweeping the Braves, that's sick.
It's huge, man.
But like
the Jays this week getting a win off Scherzer, and they played 3 bullpen games where I think they used more than 6 pitchers. Going a 4-1 week against 2 really, really good baseball teams is unfucking believable.
Jays are killing it.
Unfucking believable.
And the Jays above 500, so they're 13-12, I think, when I checked on.
Today.
Yeah. This will be 14, so 14 and 12. What are the how far back are they of the Red Sox? I know it's super early.
I think they're 2.5.
I think Red Sox were 17 and something.
I think they're 2.5 back. We'll be 2.5 back.
It's fine.
Yeah, the Red Sox have been on tear, but man, if anybody likes baseball, start watching the Blue Jays. They hit, they pitch, and they just play. They're a good team.
They're fun to watch.
They're fun. Exactly, they're fun. Man.
You can tell the guys are having fun.
Bringing back the Batista and Encarnacion days would.
Except young guys and more talent.
Yeah,
there's more of them.
Fuck,
there's more of them. It's such a shame that we hope next year when we all get our 5G vaccines.
I go for mine on Tuesday.
Mark's got his on Tuesday. I got mine Thursday.
I didn't get an appointment.
So here's what happened was I got a thing from Vaccine Hunters. I got a little buzz, like a Discord chat. I saw Scarborough pop up. I go on there. My mom got her appointment. That's me. Yeah, so I before I even booked my own appointment, I was messaging these guys. Mark is like, fucking send the link, and Ian's fucking sleeping.
It's 3:00 on a Friday.
Blow Ian's phone up with text messages.
Doesn't matter. I put it on silent.
Even text his sister. She doesn't get back to me for like an hour.
Yeah, and normally she's glued to her phone. So I was like, bullshit.
What is she doing? So I booked my appointment like literally an hour later. I don't know what else I could have done. Should I have come over? Should I have thrown rocks your window and
so you weren't able to get a Tuesday date?
No, I picked Thursday just because
you just clicked wherever something. You could. Okay.
No, I picked later in the week because I'm like, by the time Monday I get through this, it was Monday through.
So you said you clicked Monday and there was no appointments.
I clicked Sunday and then Monday and then Tuesday.
Okay, so instead of doing that, I'm like, I'm just gonna go a little bit later in the first week because it won't have filled up by then.
I did that too, but I was like, okay, so there's that many here. Maybe I can get one on Tuesday.
All right.
That was my strategy.
So if Mark grows a tail
You're gonna
by
be fine.
Thursday.
Everybody should get their vaccine.
Yes.
I want a
Thursday.
tail.
Exactly. Everybody should get their
Yo,
vaccine.
a
if I
tail
grow
would
a
be
tail.
fucking wicked. Except for you'd have to
Could you
like
imagine being able
fix
to
your
scratch your back without using your arms?
Yeah, Mark, you're forgetting the 5G.
tools.
Could you imagine like not having to wipe your ass? You could just use your tail to grab the toilet paper and wipe your ass for you.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Your tail is like a third arm.
Yeah, the tail can be used for like everything. You see monkeys use their tails.
I
You've
guess.
seen Pokemon use their tails.
It'd be like
Oh,
like
okay.
say you're outside doing yard work and your shovel's on the ground, your tail would pick
Pick it up and
for
put it in your hands.
You don't have to. You don't have to
You
bend
don't have
down.
to bend over. Everybody should have a
Some kids are bored with tails. They
Yeah.
look fucking weird.
No, but like an actual tail,
Kinda.
like a monkey tail.
Like that, like a pen length.
No, we're talking like
Is their
a.
dick in just the wrong spot?
No. It doesn't.
That's
have
just
to-
like a deformity of the spine, basically.
It's basically the spinal bone just gets a little too.
And they just cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like imagine like having a tail.
Mark, okay, would you rather have a tail or 5G in your
Tail.
body?
A tail.
Cell phone signal though.
A tail.
Do you
north
ever
you're
have a
not
problem
having
with
to bend
cell phone
over.
signal?
Not
Only at the
having to
cottage.
At the
bend-
cottage.
Not having to bend over.
Not having to bend over. What do you mean?
With a tail.
Oh, you
Because
just
picks
pick
everything
stuff
up. Imagine like getting dressed in the morning, your tail just puts on your socks for you and stuff too.
You'd have to put a
As you're
hole in your
putting your
pants.
shirt on.
Yeah, that's the problem. You'd have to
How would you
modify
sit?
all of your.
Cats sit. Dogs sit.
They lie down more often.
You just have your tail curl around you.
This is a
And then
weird-
like I could use my tail to like drink me beer and I could have my hands.
Oh,
do my
good.
own thing.
Mark, how much more beer do you need to consume? Yes.
Efficiently, all
Yes.
of it.
All of it.
Like having a tail would be the greatest. Or wings, tail and wings.
Wings would be cool too.
We would never need a car.
I think wings would be cooler than a tail.
Yeah, we would never need a car.
No, because sleeping would be weird with wings.
Birds sleep, man.
Yeah, but birds are fucking
Think
different
about it.
shapes
As a
than
person,
us.
you could like tuck your feathers in. Like birds tuck their feathers
It's like
in.
a blanket.
Yeah, but I sleep on my back. I'm assuming my wings come out of my back. That would be awkward to sleep on. It'd be like sleeping on a limb.
You'd have to put your.
What are you like a turtle? You wouldn't be able to like get up or
You just have
something.
to
No,
Move
I
your
just
bed
can't
to the
sleep on my
middle of your
shoulders
room.
because they're fucked.
Yeah, I know they're fucked.
Ian's
but
a
like,
delicate little babe. Ian's
think
wings would
about
be
it.
dislocated.
Think about
first
life
of all.
as normal though, and you just have wings. You're not all fucked up.
This conversation is very interesting.
Yeah, but it'd be so sick. Like, why would I need a car? I
Long
could
story
just
short, Mark's
fly
getting his
everywhere.
vaccine on Tuesday. I'm this week too. That's fun. Hopefully things go well. All right, guys.
The goggles, they do nothing.
All right, let's wrap this up. We got playoff preview show coming up whenever the playoff things start. So we'll get that out to you guys as soon as possible. I know Mark and Ian are really good at the fantasy hockey thing, but guys, playoffs, I'm the playoff pool guy.
Have you won?
Defending champion, the playoff pool.
Yeah. Greg's
Oh,
won it
the
a few
playoff
times.
pool.
Playoff
I'm
pool.
awful at playoff
Yeah, I'm
predictions.
brutal at
I'm-
it. Haven't you won it like 4 times? I haven't won it
3.
once.
I've won it 3 in the past
I'm-
15 years. Hard to do. Mark went 0 for 8 one year in the first round, which was
I did
almost
that.
impressive.
I almost did that last
Yeah,
year.
I was impressed.
That was 2 years ago, 3
I
years
couldn't
ago.
believe I did it.
Going 0 for 8.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I
Incredible.
did it. Like,
I
I
feel
felt
like I
like if I
almost did
put
that
money
last
on
year.
myself getting shit wrong, I would have won a lot of money.
I should just do that anyways because I'm always wrong in the playoff, and then maybe I'll actually win.
The thing with me come playoffs, like I can't bet against my bias. I can't go against my bias, even though I know another team's better.
Well, you're good that the Flyers are out now, so it's not going to ruin you.
Well,
I
last
already
year,
said Minnesota's going to beat Colorado.
last
so
year,
I'm going to pick Minnesota on that one.
last year I looked at goalie matchup way too heavily,
yes, we did.
so I'm gonna do it again this year.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. All right, well, that's going to come up.
So you're like the Flyers. You didn't make the
Next
playoffs
couple
the year
weeks.
before, and then you miss. Then you make it. Since they made it like last year, they're going to miss this year.
100%.
So you figure you're going to follow the goalie stats this year. You're going to win this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Flyers mentality.
And on that note, we're going to wrap this disaster up. Everybody, thanks for listening. Hit
Let's
all those
go,
subscribe
Blue
and
Jays.
whatever buttons because it helps us out. And we'll catch you in the next one, everybody. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter @DraftInHand.